Wherever you are, far, wherever you are, and don't know the words, but I do know that my heart will. Hello, Meandra. How are you doing, my darling? Not handsome. Not you making me feel. Listen, not me. So let me go ahead and cut up when we get in here. Okay, all right. I appreciate it. I'm doing pretty good. I feel pretty good. I literally woke up from a nap like, God, 5 minutes ago. Maybe a little bit more than 5. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more than 5. Hey, Catherine. Hello, my love. I feel like I woke up a little bit more than 5 minutes ago. I don't know. Probably no. It probably was about 5. I don't know. I have no sense of time. Like, I don't know how much time has passed with things. Like, you could be like, oh, that happened an hour ago. I'll be like, are you sure? Because it seemed like it just happened 5 minutes ago. But I could be mistaken. How are y'all? How are y'all doing today? My darlings. My sweet, beautiful girls. My sweet, beautiful girls. How are you? It's so weird that this thing says 0. Oh, okay. There it goes. Because I wasn't like... I mean, however many people show up, but it's how many people show up. But it was just funny because it says 0. And I was like, there's people here. I saw you said that you, what am I trying to say? I saw you said that you had gotten yourself some pizza. Oh, I said, come on, cheesy pizza. Come on, cheesy pizza, purr. Good to have you back. I know, it really does seem like it has been forever. And I'm glad you're doing good, Catherine. I'm telling you, it seems like it really has been a good little minute. And I think the last time was, what, Saturday? That we, like, I got on something and, like, my face could be seen. I don't know. Child, I don't know. Hello, Leia. How are you doing? Hello, Leia. Rochelle Tomlinson. Hello, Jadence. Hello, Jadence. Ooh. Oh, my God. Okay. Wow. That is bright. Oh, it got brighter. Okay. Jesus. Ooh. My God. Ooh. Thank you, JD. I love, like, this color actually really, like, there's something about that contrast from, like, me and then this, and so thank you. I appreciate that because I love wearing this color. I thought I had lost this shirt. I could not remember where it was to save my life. So when I found it, I was like, ooh, let me put it on. Let me turn the brightness up on this phone. I don't know. I feel like it looks a mess, but we're just gonna have to deal with it today. I feel like we're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay. Oh, y'all. I'm really... Okay. Listen. I told y'all. We're getting this together. And no more trying. I'm gonna do. And if I slip up, I need y'all to hold me accountable. Brittany and Catherine are already holding me accountable for something. And I need everyone to hold me accountable for this. Because, let's see, is it this one? Or this one? No, let's do this one. So, as you may or may not be able to see, we're just getting started. We are literally just getting started. I said I'm gonna stop saying trying. I am going to start making backgrounds for these lives so that way people know what we're talking about when we get up in here. I think that's gonna help stop a lot of foolishness if I just start putting the background up. Just put the background up and let's just, that way everybody, hey Crystal, that way everybody knows what's going on. That way everyone knows what's happening. Everyone knows what the discussion is. And and if you say you don't, it's because you, well, I don't want to say it's because you can't see, because there are people who may just like to listen. So excluding them is because they're not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? The teeth on the guy in the back. Listen, you leave Barbus alone. I thought that man was British for the longest time. And he may actually be British. I'm not 100% sure that he isn't. But what I am going to say is, my God today, if he is not, my God today, well, because, you know, they classically have, like, can we just pretend like I didn't say that? Can we just, like, because what would happen if someone got on here and said I must be American because I'm fat? Then what would I do? I would look crazy, and I wouldn't have anything to say because, you know, I am I am an American who is overweight. So it's like I wouldn't have anything to say. I would just have to be. Oh, now we got. Wait a minute. Now we ain't even got the live started yet, and we already got people subscribing. Thank you, AK. My God, child, we just got up in here. We just got up in here. We just started the room. We just started the room. We just started. Thank you, AK, for setting us on such a beautiful opening note. Thank you for being like, and plus, I've seen you in here before, so it's like, I mean, not before, like you've only been here once or twice, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. I am going to not go into a rant. I'm just gonna say thank you. That I appreciate that. Thank you for joining the squad. Thank you for joining the coven. Thank you for being brought into the fold. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. You're beautiful, you're special, and you're loved. You're my special angel baby. That's my celebratory. That's my celebratory smile. Yes, I'm trying to get a new welcome speech. I'm trying to figure out something that can be like original to us, although I love the original one. But I'm trying to figure out a new welcome speech for us because it's like we gotta have something unique to us. Well, now that we've thanked our newest coven member, as you can clearly see, this is tonight. I need to figure out how to like make it a let me okay, wait, let me take a screenshot of it because I think you may be on to something. I think you may be on to something. I may do that. Hey, Serenity, who's the newest coven member? Hey, friend. AK is our newest coven member. AK subscribed to the live and became one of our newest coven members. Joined the whole community. Joined the community, became one of the fam. Listen, I hate when people say family, but for some reason became one of the fam came out of my mouth. So mote it be. So everyone, let's reach out our arms and let's say welcome. Welcome into the fold. We are one. We think together. Our minds work as a collective. I'm screaming. But welcome into the club. It's an exclusive club, but there's no blood involved yet. No, so as you can see from the picture and the background, what I want to talk about tonight, it may not just be limited to these two, but what I want to start doing is like a little spotlight highlight live where we talk about specific demons. We may talk about them by season. We may just talk about specific demons. I don't know yet. I haven't made up my mind. But what I do know is I want to talk about demons who, I'm going to start by talking about ones who were important to the story in some shape, form, or fashion. And then we're just going to kind of like work our way out. We're going to kind of work our way into some of the regular schmegular demons, except for the shapeshifters. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now, in the year of our Lord, 2024, I am not talking about the shapeshifters unless it is like an hour straight of me bashing them. That is the only way I'm bringing the shapeshifters up. So, if you want that, it's like, I'm sorry to tell you, baby. You're not getting it. Leia said, I wanted the Shapeshifters live. Okay, well, we sure can. We sure can. And I'm going to read them from head to toe. From 7:30 until 9:30, I'm reading them from head to toe. We ain't doing it. But nor. The reason, okay. All right. The damn key finger. I can't. So AK said, and because AK is the newest member of the coven, I want to know why Barbas was the recurring big bad. Listen. I don't know if you meant wasn't. I'm gonna go with was, because let's just go ahead and start with Barbas, right? I want a cleaners live. Ooh, you know what? Duh, Galen. Okay, never mind. I'm writing it. I'm keeping a mental note of something. Anyway, thank you, Catherine, for helping me with that. Barbas. Barbas is very frightening in his first appearance. I would even give him in Miss Hellfire. I would even give him that he was a little bit creepy in that. But after that, Barbas was a joke. To me. I am going to say that after his season 2 appearance, I didn't take Barbas seriously anymore. I couldn't. He just seemed like a joke that wasn't funny. And he definitely was more sinister in his early appearances. That they might not be demons, but they certainly were villains. Who? And dipped. Loved it. Yeah. So, and then Crystal said, because how did he keep coming back? And that's a big part of the problem, is they go back and they try to fix it later on. Right? So then when he comes back in season 2, there's absolutely no reason for him to have been there other than he was a fan favorite in season 1. I say fan favorite, I don't know, because I wasn't there. I'm just gonna assume, because I didn't watch it in season 1, I'm gonna assume at the time that he was just someone that they liked and they wanted to explore this villain from their past. Hey, Amanda. And they wanted to bring this demon back. That is what I'm going to fathom. They never explained that some demons are not just vanquishable. Exactly. And because I would put, if I'm being 100% honest with you, I would put a demon like Barbas in the same category as like Tempest, and in the same category as like Tempest and oh god, no, not Tempest. I would kind of put, well, yeah, Tempest, but I would kind of put him in the same like realm as the Angel of Death. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I would kind of put him in the same realm because he's attached to something that's so primal. And I feel like that's why he comes back every 1300 years, you know, that kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. So to me, I felt like that's part of why he could never be vanquished. You can only banish him because as long as fear exists, he exists. But they never really get into, I don't think, fleshing him out quite like that. They just kind of turn him into a demon, and he's just a regular demon who's very powerful, but he's just a demon, right? He's not connected to anything in the grand design. But then if you had told me that he was kind of along the lines of like the Angel of Death or the Cleaners, something like that. Like, if you had kind of told me that Barbas existed outside of time and space, I feel like I could have believed that. I feel like I almost could have believed that he existed outside of like our realm, and that only at certain times was he able to bring himself into the physical realm. And because he's connected to fear and he feeds off of that energy, and he has to like sacrifice witches and whatnot, I could absolutely buy that he is not vanquishable. And that would make him even more frightening, because okay, what are we gonna do? We can't vanquish him. We're just gonna keep banishing him, and then he's gonna keep coming back, because, you know, he even says like fear always comes back, right? And it does. So it's like, it would make sense that Barbas is a recurring demon. But he falls under that season 1 curse of we just didn't know what we were doing with characters. And we came up with these storylines, and it was good. And then, hey, Cynthia, she's a really cool dancer. Cynthia, Boogie to the Groove now. How are you doing, my darling? I'm so glad that I was able to catch your first live. I'm so happy. That made me so happy that I was able to support you in that way. He was always my favorite demon. Yeah, I'm favorite. He's up there. He's one of my favorites, if that makes any sense. But he's one of the ones that I think, like I said, his story, when they brought him in, it they had a good concept. He can only come every 1,300 years. It didn't make any sense that Patty put him in the book, but I get it. We're trying to give Prue that storyline, so we gotta connect. We gotta connect the dots. I fully understand that. That is perfectly fine. I kind of have my own thoughts about that, and we may circle back to that. But I get that. And I get, like, the role, because he was very menacing. I like the actor more than the character. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that. He was very menacing. Oh, baby, they should have let the Kazi demons come on. My bad. And so we're okay. And so anyway, we're just gonna move on because for some reason the thing just went in and out, and I couldn't see y'all. I didn't know like what y'all were. That's so crazy. Could y'all hear me for a second? Because I went out. The phone just completely flashed. I don't know what happened. So you probably couldn't even hear me. That is so insane to me. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, you didn't see anything. Okay, wow, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's so crazy. Hey, Brittany. Not you already being messy, but no, I don't even remember what I was saying. I have no idea what I was going to say. I don't really got, like, distracted by my phone cutting in and out. That was crazy. Thank you, I love donuts. I really got off task. Yeah, so they had a good backstory for him. They had a good setup. I think that him taking that woman out in that shop, baby, that was a perfect way for us to, like, thank you, Leia. That was the perfect way for us to get that introduction to him. That one that said she was ready for him, and then he took that lady out. Baby, he ate her up real quick because she thought she was about to eat. She thought she was cutting up. And she said, you know what? You ain't got nothing on me. I'm good over my way. And then he said, oh. He said, Hey, Carrie Ann, where you been? Well, where you been? Because I missed you. Where you been at? I'm not trying to be in your business, and you ain't got to tell me. But I mean, I feel like you should, but you shouldn't if you don't want to, or if it's personal. But I'm just saying you probably should, just because I'm like, I'm nosy. But yeah, he looked at her like, girl. Anyway, and took that lady right on out, and we moved on. Like, girl, you ain't scaring me. And I think they gave us a really good introduction to that character. And then what I really loved was the fact that, like, you could think that something was your worst fear, and he'd be like, that's cute that you think that. Phoebe was another one. She really thought she was finna eat this man up. She was like, there's no, and she said it confident too. Because remember, let's not forget, season 1, unfortunately, my mother-in-law, oh no, I'm so sorry, Carrie. Just know I'm sending you a lot of virtual hugs. I'm sending you a lot of virtual hugs and a lot of virtual love. I know you can't see it because my arm went out, but I'm sending you a lot of virtual hugs. And I'm a heathen, but I'm sending you some prayers too. But yeah, when Phoebe was like, there are no elevators around here. Oh, Phoebe thought she had done something. Do you understand me? Phoebe Sharkeisha Halliwell thought that she had done. Thank you, School of Fire. I don't know what that is. A music play. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you. Phoebe thought she had done something when she said there are no elevators around here. And he literally laughs at this woman. Because, girl, what? You think that, like, it makes you look. He made them see a deeper part of themselves that they didn't even realize. And I think that's another thing that I love about that, about her being afraid of losing her, losing a sister, things like that. That shows us the bond that they have in season 1. Because, in season 1, us still getting introduced to them, whatever else, Phoebe and Prue have that little bit of tension between them. And so that's why I know people like to joke and be like, I don't know if you Prue didn't like Phoebe and Phoebe. No, they might not have cared for each other as people at the times, but they loved each other. And I think their biggest fear being Phoebe's biggest fear being that she would lose her sister. Baby, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the numero uno. And I want to say before I get into that, Amanda said, can you please tell us all the Halliwell's middle names? Okay. It's Prudence Elizabeth Aloysius Halliwell, Piper Leanne Halliwell, Phoebe Sharkeisha Halliwell, and then Paige Latanya Matthews. Those are their middle names. I am just the messenger. So I came up with them, but I'm also just the messenger. So if anybody starts using them outside this live, I already know because we got it. We got video evidence that I have said. And I've been saying it for years. So it's like, that's all I'm saying. I'm just throwing that out into the universe. Just in case. But anyway. Let me stop. And Rose signed it in my book. Rose signed it in my book of shadows. So, I mean, I don't remember how to spell Aloysius Deanna, but I have to say it into the phone. Like, every time I type it out, try to type it out, I have to do the speech to text thing. So, it's like, but yeah, Rose McGowan signed Paige Latanya Matthews Loves You in my book of shadows. So, and she really did. That's not me joking. Like, she actually did. So, that one's official. But what I wanted to say earlier about the fact that Phoebe's greatest fear was losing a sister, Prue's greatest fear is drowning. So surface level, you would expect that her fear would be losing a sister. You would just assume, right? But it being drowning, I think is so much deeper than losing a sister. Because number one, that ties her back to Patty. That's number one. Number two, if she drowns and she's gone, hey Nicola, if she drowns and she's gone, who's going to take care of her sisters? You see what I'm saying? So it's all a big circle. It all, like, even though that wasn't the main part of the fear of her drowning, I feel like part of it is, if I'm gone, who's going to take care of them? That's what makes... Okay. Now, I know I say at the end, Barbas's later appearances, whatever. But that's what makes him in season 5 when he shows up. That's what makes it even more emotional. Prue is actually gone. Like, her greatest fear of drowning is obsolete because she's literally gone. And the one thing she probably was the most scared of outside of drowning was not being able to take care of her sisters. Now she's gone. So when Phoebe again is very confident that she can go up against him because she's already conquered her greatest fear, losing a sister. She already feels like she has lost a sister. So, girl, what else do I have left, to be afraid of? And Barbas, once again, is masterfully able to show us that what we think is our greatest fear, there's always something, because fear always exists. And the fact that Phoebe thinks that she's evil The fact that her greatest fear, you could, okay, surface level, you could be like, oh, well, Phoebe's greatest fear, of course, is something selfish, right? Like, it's about her. But in the same vein of Prue being afraid to drown because it's going to take her away from her family, it's going to take her away from her sisters. She's already seen her mother drown. She's seen what can happen. Phoebe has literally been evil. Now, that's a whole little scenario because Phoebe did choose to be evil. But that's a conversation for a different day. That's a conversation for a different day. But no, actually, we're going to go ahead and we're going to have this discussion because I think it's very relevant. Phoebe chose to be evil. And I think that her greatest fear being that she's secretly evil is very telling. Because Mama knows secretly she would be evil if she could. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Envy. You see what I'm saying? Like, Mama knows subconsciously. And is this something that we're ever going to acknowledge out loud? No. Is this something that she's going to shout from the rooftops? That she's going to tell Elise, oh, I will be evil? No. But we know ourselves better than anybody. And we know that if we know who we are on the inside, no matter what we try to tell our friends, no matter what we try to tell other people, no matter what we try to project, no matter what we try to manifest, no matter what we try to create, no matter what we whatever, we know baseline who we are in that moment. And you can, of course, change the person that you are. It's not going to be easy, but you can work on the person that you are. But you still know yourself. And you have to know yourself. Thank you for the heart. You have to know yourself well enough to know what you're changing. And you have to be able to admit it. And that's why, especially coming off the heels of season 4, again, I think that's why Phoebe hated Cole so much. He was low-key a reminder, like, I love this. That when I was the Queen of Evil, that was everything. I loved being the Queen of Evil. It was like somebody said in the comments, it was very freeing. She could do whatever she wanted to do. She was powerful in a different way. Because Phoebe having such passive powers, or even her active power being, passive, essentially, a pacifist power rather, or defensive power. I'm gonna say, well, not a defensive. I'm just gonna say pacifist power. I don't know what word to use. Y'all know what I'm talking about with her levitation. But with Phoebe having those kind of abilities, she's not like Piper. She can't blow things up or freeze things. She's not like Paige where she can orb all over the world and then she can, do this and throw that and da-da-da-da. And there's always something. And, her powers aren't flashy. And I think it's really easy to internalize that you aren't as powerful. Even though she is, just for the record, you're such a cute. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, don't make me blush, child. Don't make me blush. Thank you. And it's very easy to tell yourself those things. It's very easy to tell yourself that you are not when you're in a realm of people who are doing these, very impressive things that can be seen. So being powerful in the sense that, what is that? Being powerful in the sense that she can literally vanquish people with a wave of the hand, like Piper, right? She can teleport from place to place like Paige. There's something that there's different things that she can do as an evil being that she wasn't able to do before. And I think that just that sense is what draws her to evil. It's not that she's drawn to being evil itself, but what it allows her, the power, the freedom, the expression, things like that. And that's very, very hypnotizing. And it would be very easy to get caught up in that, even, just for like your average run-of-the-mill person. So when Phoebe says that like her deepest fear is that she's evil. And earlier in the episode, we've talked before about how Phoebe runs away from stuff, right? And earlier in the episode, when Miles comes in And he says, I lied to you, Phoebe. I'm evil. And then she just punches him real quick. And then she moves on. In the moment, it's like, of course, that's Phoebe. She's, scared. This man is going to be a demon like Cole, whatever else. But that's how Phoebe handles stuff. She punches things and then she moves on because she's aware, because Phoebe is strong. She this and that, right? Then we go back and we see Phoebe literally break down because she is afraid that she is the evil. Because it's one thing to show us that, like, and I love the way they handled it. Showing us that she's scared of a man being evil is one thing, but showing or telling us rather, but showing us her decimate Paige, thinking that she is, attacking what's his name, Barbas, and then having that realization, I'm capable of something like this. Girl, don't play with my girl like that. Now that was a good story. I don't know who was in the writer's room for that episode. I don't know who put that together. I don't know who did it. I don't know who was responsible for it. But my God, that was a good one. That was a good story for her. And I think it was good reflection on everything that she had been through. Because instead of putting it off on another person, and instead of saying, well, Cole made me evil. And that's another thing why I think they played in Cole's face in season 5, is because he served a purpose of Phoebe hating that part of herself and him representing that part of herself. And he was just a punching bag at a certain point. Right. And I think they did a good job of unraveling the fact that Phoebe was actually mad at herself. But I just hate that Cole had to be like the sacrificial lamb for that story to come to fruition. Anyway, back to Barbas's role in all this. It's not just the fact that Barbas was able to bring that to life, right? What makes Barbas so terrifying, not only in that scene or with Phoebe in that part of the episode, but the whole episode, he was really toying with them because his ability really gave him the chance to peer into who these people were. Like, can you imagine how horrifying it must be for someone to be able to use the deepest, darkest parts of you to not just screw with you, but then to hurt your loved ones? Because see, before, yeah, I'm going to have you drown in the tub, child. Yeah, I'm going to have you going ahead and get set on fire. Yeah, you going ahead, child. It's an earthquake. It's cute. It's whatever, right? Yeah, I forgot that Billy Drago did pass away. May he rest in peace. That's cute and it's horrifying and terrifying. But then when he became so powerful that he could project it outside of them, like, girl, my God. Listen, we would have had to find a way to vanquish Barbas. I don't know what we would have done. We would have had to pull a Melinda Warren. Give me a locket. Somebody go get me a locket, because we're gonna put him outside of time, outside of gain, no only sorrow, no only pain. Because why are you playing in my face like this, sir? How are you going to play in my face like this and then think that I'm just gonna be okay after that? There is no way. I couldn't sleep at night knowing that this man was outside in the world. There is no way that I would have been. I'm telling you, I know he's a demon of fear, child, and we probably can't get rid of him, but my God, I would have had to try. Put him in a locket. Do like they did in the reboot. Put him in a paint can. I don't know, but let's put him in something, because you got me messed up and I'm not doing it. In the year of our Lord 2024, and then in 2002 or 3, whichever year it was, I want to say it was 2002, because that was towards the beginning of season 5. Baby, there's no way. I'm not going to sleep with him out there. And then, even though they did banish him by the end, even though it seemed like a vanquish, but apparently it was a banish. Barbas is a character to me that, excuse me, does not need to be recurring. He does not need to be recurring. A good guest spot every now and again, and when I say every now and again, I do mean every now and again. Like every like 3-4 seasons or something like that, which I know would only mean that he only gets a couple, like 3 appearances. I'm fine with that. Barbas does not need to be there episodically. He doesn't need to be there for that. He does not need to be there for multiple episodes, because he's a character. It's kind of like if you've ever watched soap operas and they have a really good villain, and then that villain's original story ends, and then they try to like redeem them, or they try to bring them back so that they can be like a regular villain, but they have to integrate them into society in some kind of way. So they start to have to tweak this, tweak that, tweak, you know, whatever. Barbas is a lot like that to me, where when you bring him on regularly, you have to flesh him out, and you can either do really well or really bad with that. And I don't think they did well with it, because he was fun, but he was childlike almost. Like he almost seemed like an imp or something, like a pest, or, you know, something like that. Like that's almost how they made him seem. And so by season 7, when they go and they banish him, it's like, okay, well, he'll probably be back by the end of the season. You know, it doesn't even feel like there's any real stakes in it, because it's like, okay, girl, he'll be back. And then they even kind of tease us a little bit. Oh, why must you tease me, Anton? They even tease us a little bit in season 8, and, you know, Billy is like, well, why don't we channel the demon of fear or whatever, or bring, you know, I was researching him, and then they're like, you want us to bring back Barbas? Are you insane? And she's like, no, I want to channel him or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know what about that scene made me so because on the surface, it's a cute little nod to what he's done before. It's a cute little whatever to storylines past, right? And they probably, I don't know if he was busy. I don't know if they just didn't want to bring him. I don't know. I have no idea. But it was a cute little nod. But there was something so unnecessary about that she could have just been like, I was reading about the demon of fear in the book, and maybe we could use one of his old tricks. But instead, they're like, oh, you want us to summon Barbas? Why the hell would we summon Barbas? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would we summon Barbas to try to stop a human man? Be for real. So that's what and his whole working with Gideon thing, I just, you know, I already think that Gideon was I already think Gideon was not a good villain. Let's just be 100% honest about that. Let's just go ahead, put that there. They wanted to play with that notion of being good and doing the wrong thing for the right reason and all of that. It flopped a little bit, and we just moved on. Whatever. Throwing Barbas into the mix with that, I feel like was supposed to be our reinforcement of how hey Taronte, I think that he was supposed to be our reinforcement of just how low Gideon had sunk, that he was having to work with Barbas, right? And it still flopped. Like, you bring in who I can only assume is a fan favorite demon, and the story still flopped. Because you have Barbas operating as a sidekick, and I can't. I don't have the ability to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you have him operating masquerading as this man's sidekick. And it was like, there was almost no point. Like, I would have to go back and watch it because I want to say, I know for sure he gained his freedom by taking Phoebe's powers away. Or getting Phoebe's powers taken away. So he won the thing and so he was good. You know, whatever the case may be. Okay, fine. I can handle that. But after that, it's just like, girl, I don't know. But see, they had kind of set the tone for Barbas not really being competent in season 5. As much as I love Sympathy for the Demon, I love the episode, right? It almost paints Barbas as like borderline incompetent. Because you have this low-level demon who is having to teach... It's not even about the fact that he was teaching him how to astral project, right? Which, again, now we know... Again, now even demons are teaching each other how to astral project, child. So, that's one thing. But the fact that this demon is telling him that he needs to rally the underworld, like it is right there for the taking. It is right there in your grasp. All you've got to do, you've got Cole's powers. You are probably, if not at least one of the most powerful demons alive at this current time. You could claim your spot as the source. They probably could have found some kind of way to recreate. They had the story to make him a recurring villain. But they said, you know what? And then if you have Barbas, who's already the embodiment of fear, now he's got Cole's powers, and then you throw in the source's powers, he would have been nigh unstoppable. Like, there's nothing they could have done in the moment. That would have taken some maneuvering. But instead, they give him this insatiable appetite for revenge, and it's like, okay. And the reason that disappoints me is he's constantly telling us that he's waited this long for his revenge and he's gonna take his revenge, because you know how he said revenge. I can't revenge. I can't get it out how he said it. I can't make my voice do what I want it to do to say it say it the way he did. I will have my revenge. Like he sounded almost like Fiona Good. It was very either he sounded like Fiona Good or I sound like Fiona Good. I can't really figure out which one it is, but either way, that's so stupid. They have him so obsessed with this idea of getting revenge on them, and they keep reinforcing to us that he has waited this long, and so he's gonna take his revenge out. And so it's like, okay, if you have waited this long to take your revenge out, what's another month? You know what I mean? Like, I would have come back. I probably would have laid very low. I would have been gaining allies after I got Cole's powers, of course. Because see, then the way that affects the story is now Cole is human. Now that puts him back in that redemption territory. So imagine if Cole had lived as a human for like 2 months, and then he decides to take the powers back into himself. Imagine, think about how powerful that would have been. You know, if we see Cole for months struggle with being human again, and then Phoebe, I don't think you need to make them reconnect. That's the thing about it. I don't think you need to make them reconnect. But you can have Phoebe try to reconcile the fact that this man is human. And like for the second time since she's known him, he's standing in front of her as a man and not a demon. And she has to come to terms with that because he's this representation of this horrible time in her life, right? So, that story literally writes itself. And so then in the background, we have Barbas being evil, being the literally source of all evil, literally gaining support from the underworld, gaining the powers. You could have him find someone that could recreate. You could have him and the crone work together. And the crone has a vision of the spell that they use for the source, and she's able to help him, and then she takes the spot, takes the place of the seer. And so we see this evil dynamic forming, right? It's right there. The story is right there. It's literally on a platter. And so then by the time that he goes up against the charmed ones, we don't know how he's gonna do it, because he's been throwing probably, different demons at them and trying to figure out, like, okay, I'm trying to bide my time. He knows it's not gonna work, but he also knows Piper is pregnant. So it's like, okay, this might be the time to attack. This might be the time when they're gonna be at their weakest. You could have had him bombard them to the point where maybe, in season 5, we have to send Piper away for, magical whatever, but you can kind of get away with it because she wasn't really pregnant for Wyatt. So it's like you could kind of get away with her just staying in the house or something like that. And, we're coming up with these different ways to protect her, keep her safe, blah, 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 blah. Right? Then you can have Barbas be truly menacing. Because in the time that he spends, getting this support from the underworld, and in the time that he gets formulating how he's going to attack them, he hates them even more. Because before he was passively watching them live their lives. But now he's actually watching them defeat these hordes of demons that he's sending after them. He has spent so long waiting for this moment, and then it's literally just being torn away in front of him. These demons that have pledged their allegiance to him, that he's gotten to know, that even though I don't think Barbas would care, but still, you could kind of write it as I don't know. His comrades, and now he's watching them be vanquished one by one because the charmed ones are just too powerful. The charmed ones are just too good. The charmed ones can't be conquered, but he's going to be the one that's going to conquer them. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see, baby? Okay, let me take a minute. Let me take a second. I ate that up. I ate that one up. Every now and again, I come up with something and I have to stop myself. I ate that up. Good job. Good job, Gayla. Thank you, Gayla. But Mia said that Barbas leading a group of demons ambushing Paige and Phoebe when Piper's in labor. Yes. Imagine that magic is going out. He knows that magic is about to go out because he has whatever. The crone has consulted with whatever, right? And then imagine the crone telling him, like, I am 32, Jocelyn. Imagine, hey Mosh. So then, hey Beezy, how are you? I'm not being a bird today. How are you, Beezy? I hope you're doing good. Imagine that the crone is telling him, Barbas, listen, we can't do this. We can't do this, baby. You are not gonna come out of this on the other side. And then we get that repeat. Shut up, Leia. So then we get that repeat of season 4, where now, and really I don't think that it's necessary to have the seer. I would like for it to be the seer, but it's okay to have the crone there. But you have this being who can see into the future, who's warning Barbas, so right now what we're doing, we're writing like a little storyline for Barbas in season 5. We kind of, whatever. You can have her try to warn him, like, this is not going to turn out well for you. But it's the complete opposite of the source, where he was trying to get more and more magic so that he could take theirs, and he would have all the power and they wouldn't have any. But now in this scenario, Barbas is taking advantage of the fact that none of them are going to have power, because he thinks if I can't overtake them as witches, I'll overtake them as people. And that is how you could, and then of course, like, he, I think that's how you could feasibly get him off the canvas for good. And then you could tell us that, they could be like, I can't believe we actually got rid of Barbas. I can't believe we actually vanquished him or whatever. And then, yeah, that's the cat. We have a cat. Well, we have two, but that's one of them. Anywho, so, oh my God, what am I talking about? So then you can have them be super excited about the fact that they've gotten Barbas out of here, but Lily or the elders or whoever, somebody tells the Charmed Ones like, Barbas is gone, but another demon of fear has sprouted. And they're like, wait, what? How did that happen? And then you get into that nature of fear is eternal. So even if you get rid of the physical embodiment of it in one incarnation, it's going to respawn. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Like, they could have written such a good story for Barbas instead of having him just be a passing thought so that we could, like I said, I love Sympathy for the Demon. Love the episode. But it came and went too fast. It should have been at least a 2-parter. There was no reason that it should have just been a one and done in season 5. And I think they tried to rectify that when they brought him back in season 6. But like I said, it just didn't work. Because he turned into a joke. It turned into, like, by the time he was gone, it was like, Barbas felt like I was an afterthought, but he was a major villain. Exactly. That's why I wanted to talk about him tonight. Is I want to start being a little bit more focused when I You thought what? Oh, okay. Okay, wow. But yeah, I mean, I'm not bashing him. What I'm saying is Barbas was not written correctly. Like, he was a character who had so much potential, and then they brought him in and they made him play second fiddle. And Barbas is not a second fiddle kind of character. He's one that just does. Oh my God, I didn't even realize both of these people have gone on to the afterlife, child. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Oh, girl, not me going to the graveyard to pick the topic for the night. My God. Okay, wow, that's creepy, because I didn't even think about that. Oh, Jesus. All right. Okay, child. But we are honoring their work, because I think both of them did such amazing jobs. Like I said, okay, so let me say this first. I want to start being more focused in my discussions, because up to this point, I know we joke about like not having a topic, whatever else. I never have a, like, I know we joke about that, but I do want to be more focused, and I want to be more intentional with our lives, so that way, or the TikTok lives, so that way we know what's going on, and we're not just like, what are we talking about tonight? So it's like, yes, want to be more focused in my discussions. Absolutely. Let me take a screenshot of that, because I'm gonna write that on my vision board thing. But I think both of these actors, now that we've said that, hey, Son of John. I should have just said TJ, but I said Son of John, child. But both of these actors played their roles so phenomenally that they have a podcast. My friends and I do have a Charmed podcast called the Nexus Podcast, and we actually just interviewed Michael Bailey Smith, who played Shax and Balthazar's demon form, and he played a Grimlock, and he played the Source. So we just had a chance to talk to him, and I'm so excited. I feel official. Like, now I feel like we are actually in the Charmed sphere as a unit, as a group. Like, I'm here, but then it feels like we are you know, as a unit. Now that we've talked to someone from the show, and it just feels so amazing. It feels so amazing. So you should go check us out. It is called the Nexus Podcast. You can find it in I think it's in a link tree in my bio. So you can go find it there. And while you're in there, you can go look at my YouTube where I talk about a bunch of things. You can go to my YouTube. Oh, thank you, Joey. You know why. But you can go to my YouTube, and it's They Call Me Mr. G, and you can find me there. And I talk about a range of things. We have vlogs, we have charm discussions, we have videos, we got skits, we got all kinds of things over there. So please take a minute to think about that. And I'm about to, you know, I'm just gonna plug the Patreon a little. We have a lot of perks that come with the thank you for the glowy eyes. Thank you. We have a lot of perks that come with our Patreon. If you'd like to, not the net, if you would like to become a patron on Patreon, please. But I love your sparkle. Oh, thank you, Siren. I appreciate that. Thank you. I feel good today. I feel very good. I was very excited about coming to talk to y'all, because I just have like this, I have this vision in my head of where I want to go from here, and it's putting it into play. That's all I'm gonna say. Putting it into play, and I'm just very, very excited to get started on that journey. I just want to tighten up on a lot of stuff that I'm doing, and like I said earlier, be more intentional with the things that I'm doing. So I'm just very excited to be here with you hussies. But yeah, you can go to my Patreon and you can check it out there. We got early access to videos. We got group me. We have a group me specifically for the people on Patreon. We have a weekly watch party where we watch a little of this, a little of that. We are gonna start, there's gonna be some changes to the watch party. So Charmed is gonna be a bigger part of it. I just need to, like, I have it mapped out. I just need to announce it. So lucky y'all getting some tea, because I had said I was just gonna keep that to myself. I said I was gonna keep it to myself until I had it all like ready to go. But y'all are getting some tea. My God, look at me giving out the details. Oh my God. I've been thinking if there's some grants we can apply for you. Baby, if there are, I promise you, I would absolutely do it, because I have so many dreams. I want to eventually do like a meet and greet. And I don't know that I'm important enough for a meet and greet, but I know I want to meet everybody. So when I say meet and greet, I don't mean an official, like, you know, whatever. But I mean, like, maybe get a venue, something like that. We hang out. We could, there's a lot of things I want to do in that. So it's like, I am so ready for that. I'm so ready for that. And I know I just have to make, the financial aspect has to align with what I have in my head. And I am actively bringing that to life. I am manifesting that to life. And that's how God. Okay. Anyway, I'm trying to project, and I'm trying to be more positive, because I just, God. Anyway, okay. I have been so excited about that all week. Y'all have no idea. Because I found a small business grant, so I'll share any. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I'm so excited to, like, really launch this into the next level. Anyway, okay. All right. Okay. I just been so excited about that. I had a little bout of depression. I know y'all ain't asking me this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. I had a little bout of depression earlier in the week, and I just felt so bogged down with, like, what am I doing? And I think that what I learned through that was to stop beating up on myself for stuff that I didn't do, and just do it. You know, like, stop saying, okay, well, I didn't do this, and so I did. Like, just do it then. Just put it out and move on. Anyway. So, yeah, that's my little thing about that. But, yeah, so these two, I think, played their roles so well. So now that we've gotten Barbus, I don't think as fully covered the way I want to, but celebrate the small victories. we might come back to Barbies, but for right now, I think I got him covered enough. As you were, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. Thank you. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. I'm really trying. Like I'm genuinely, I'm trying to, I take screenshots so that I can remind myself in the hard times, like, this is why we're going, this is why we're doing it. This is why we're giving ourselves to the people. But Tempest. Y'all, why was I finna say Tempest du jour? I was about to say Tempest du jour. If you've never watched Drag Race, you don't know who Tempest du jour is. But sweet Jesus in heaven. I am just gonna spend the rest of this life trying my hardest not to say Tempest du jour now, and I can't. Yeah. Okay. Tempest. Tempest is a demon to me that he's kind of in that same realm as Barbas, where because he's so connected to time and he's so connected to this like constant thing in our lives, this constant like force, that it just seemed weird to be like, if he uses his powers one more time, it'll destroy him. Like, what? I think what I probably would have done was something like his powers. I really and truly, if I'm being 100% honest with you, I would have had Tempest come back like himself, or at least someone playing Tempest or something like that, because I just think that having him be there but not there and be such like, okay, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Yes, I'm sitting on the bed, child. Okay. Tempest is so integral to, I've heard people say integral, but I say integral. So if you hear me and I sound like I didn't graduate from first grade, mind your business, okay? Because your boy just be getting confused, okay? He's low-key a himbo. He is low-key a himbo. He's very pretty. He may not be the sharpest tool in the shed. But no, Tempest is very important to the story on two separate occasions. He's the reason, or at least contributes to the reason, that Andy goes on to the upper room. Well, whatever room Andy went to. And then he also contributes to Prue going on to the lower room. So it's like, that's a big deal. That is a huge deal. That he is the catalyst for both of them going on and going out. You know what I mean? Thank you. I hope you have a great day too. Baby Prue's in hell. But Prudence is burning, my love. Paris is burning, but so is Prudence. We ate. Oh my God. Sometimes I say something and it is just so funny. Come on, 10K likes. Not y'all got us to 10K likes. Purr. Hooray to you. Look at y'all cutting up. Look at y'all over there getting that carpal tunnel. But no. For those of us who may need a little refresher on who Tempest is, the Source sends him to help Inspector. I can never remember, because there was an Inspector Rodriguez, but then there was Inspector Cortez was the one from season 4. And it's the Ez. That's what I always throw. Like, I can never remember. And it's not because of what. It's just the names. Oh, okay. Rodriguez came first and then Cortez came second. Okay. So Inspector Rodriguez was a demon who was there in the police force. He was, trying to take out the charmed ones. And so the Source dispatched Tempest to help him. And so every time he would get close to taking them out, Tempest would rewind time. So this happened in the season 1 finale, and Rodriguez attacks. He gets then he gets Phoebe first, then Phoebe and Piper. Third time he gets Andy for good, but that's it, because the way to defeat Tempest is to displace him from his time. So they cast a spell to fast forward time, which is why that spell exists is beyond me, but that is another discussion for another day. And that defeats Tempest. It doesn't vanquish him, but it defeats him. He goes on back to hell, and we bury Andy and we say, sorry, Andy, we'll see you in another life, in another time, right? So then in season 3, it is revealed that Tempest was not vanquished. He was just severely weakened after he was defeated by the Charmed Ones. And the Source wants, Cole's plan, use Tempest, reverse time. Let's get this thing popping. Magic, so that magic was never revealed, blah, 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 blah. This is an all hell breaks loose. Oh, God. Here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. What I was about to, thank you, Monica. What I was about to say, and the reason I had to stop for a second, and the reason I kind of hesitated, I was going to say, why would the Source want to sacrifice one of his essentially most powerful demons for a plan that he didn't know for sure if it was going to work, right? But he took that gamble, or he may have had the seer in his ear. We don't know. The seer, the oracle, whoever he was working with in that moment may have been in his ear. We don't know. But he takes that gamble and he uses up the last of Tempest's powers. He reverses time, but he has Phoebe and Cole and Leo down in the underworld. So that way, when time resets, they won't be up there, right? So AK is saying, if the Source could do it the entire time, what purpose does Tempest serve? He uses, okay, let me not say he uses, because I don't know for sure. The way they made it seem was like he channeled Tempest's powers, but then it almost was like, well, Tempest, he just got Tempest to rewind time. So I think he just got Tempest to rewind time which is just interesting, because it's like, dang, did he at least tell the man why he wanted him to, rewind time and use up the last of his power? Because I just think evil having someone on their side that could manipulate time, because that's the thing about it. Hey, cousin, how you doing? What's going on with you? Having someone on your side that can manipulate time. We're not talking about freezing a room, because that ain't freezing time. That's freezing molecules. I am talking about being able to manipulate time, turn it back so that you can get the outcome that you desire. That is a huge risk to take, to lose access to that kind of power. I mean, my God. So the fact that he chooses to let that demon go lets you know that the Source saw that there was something that he could have gotten done. And by golly gee willikers, did he ever. and he got a charmed on up out of here. He just didn't know that it was gonna be, you know, another one waiting in the rafters, you know. So he couldn't have known that in the moment, but his plan was successful. My thing about a demon like Tempest, he's they never elaborate on like whether, I really never see anyone talk about this show anymore. It makes, oh, well, welcome to the coven, Lila. Welcome to the coven, my darling. It's been 2 years. He ain't recharged his time. Yeah, exactly. That's the other part of the thing. That's the other part of the problem with a character like Tempest is, they needed to protect the secret of magic, though. That situation's why the cleaners, that is not why the cleaners came up, actually. That is what pisses me off about the concept of the cleaners, is that is not why they came into creation. Because apparently, according to the show, the cleaners had been assigned to them since they became witches. And that one little line just messes up the entire continuity of what they could have been. And that is, we're gonna, that's another live. That's another live. Baby, it's been, the way it rained in Louisiana, we were out of power for like a day, a full day. Yeah, like a full day. And then they came back on yesterday. I don't remember what time, but they came back on yesterday, and I was like, oh, child, we have been without them all day. At least we didn't have to go without them all night. That's the only thing I could say. I hope y'all are safe. But what was I about to say? I don't even remember. They did not mention Prue being the reason. They did not. Trust me. They did not. They mentioned everything but that. But with a demon like Tempest, it's like at this time, and that's what I mean when I say like at this time, the show had not created the concept of the cleaners. The concept of the cleaners that we know of was not invented for another 3 seasons. So to have a demon like Tempest with that kind of power, but then he's just apparently still weak from time being fast forwarded. Like, I don't understand what the point of that was. I know that, okay, the reason, okay, from a storytelling perspective, they were trying to give evil the upper hand, and they used Tempest to do so. And Tempest was their way of how they were going to, you know, unset time, you know, reset time, things like that, right? So from a storytelling perspective, I understand his function. I just don't understand why he was still, and now this is a personal thing. This has nothing to do with like the show itself, because I'm sure there could be an in-reason universe. In-universe reason. Oh my God. For Tempest to have still been weak after 2 years. Well, girl, are y'all trying to make him better? Like what? Like, I'm not understanding. Are you just telling him to go home and eat some chicken noodle soup? Has the man just been drinking water? You know what I mean? Like, has the man just been drinking water for 2 years? Hoping it's going to get better? Did you give him some ginger ale? Is that what happened? You gave Tempest some ginger ale and just said, we hope that everything works out for you? Because that's what it's given. Because why is this man not good? You could have had him. I'm trying to think of how you could work a character like Tempest in, because he, unlike Barbas, we didn't really get enough of a taste. We know he's menacing. We know he's powerful. We know that he knows how to read. We know that, you know, he is evil. We know that. But as far as like who he is as a demon, how he operates, things like that, we don't know, because he's there to be like, they only gave him the salt. They only gave him the ginger ale, not the saltines. That's exactly it. They forgot part of the recipe. but what was I gonna say? But we don't know enough about him to like say this is how we would have put him in the story, right? Or I don't. I'm gonna say I don't, because I feel like anything I do is just me like making something up, which is fine. But with Tempest being so powerful, and I think Tempest, I'm gonna say this too. This is completely wait, hey, unnecessary. This is complete. You changed it back because you would change it to something else. I think it was Chris, and now you didn't change it back to unnecessary. Okay. I think that he was a good example and reason why they said Piper works with molecules. I really do. I think that he is at least a factor in why they decided to specify that Piper's power manipulates molecules versus time. Because let's say Piper was a time witch, right? Yes, you did. I thought you did, John. Or am I tripping? I thought you did. I just saw YouTube about this. About what is my question, I guess. But before I was gonna say what they say, and then I realized I don't know what you're talking about. But are you talking about the topic? Or are you talking about Barbas or Tempest? I don't know which one you're. But anywho, I think that's why they specifically said Piper works. Her power manipulates molecules versus time, because that would have been very OP of a charmed one to have the power to manipulate time, right? But then it would also make sense that such a powerful witch would have stewardship over such a powerful ability or powerful power. That would make a lot of sense that she would be able to do it. But I think the thing you run into is kind of the same reason maybe that they didn't bring Tempest back regularly. How do you get around a character who can literally manipulate time? You know? Like, you have to add a limit to them at some point. And what's that limit? How far back are we going? How far are we going to go with it? Can she only go back 10 minutes in time? Can she only use her, the full extent of her power? There is a fly in here and it's getting on my nerves. Can she only use the full extent of her power when the power of 3 comes together, which wouldn't make sense because that's her individual power. And so I really, really think that Tempest being able to manipulate time the way that he does is why he was a plot point versus a character. Because let's look at how they did Billy, right? Even though Billy was not able to actually manipulate time itself, she could move herself, or at least her image or whatever, through time. I'm gonna say herself. She could move herself through time, and she could do this, she could do that. So it's like, that was so unnecessarily powerful for a witch to have, that it would make sense for a demon to have access to it, because demons can do whatever they want. Now, Nicola is saying Mel was a very good time witch. You will never hear me say this about anything else, probably, about the reboot in the OG. The OG writers could never. I'm sorry. I don't know how people are gonna feel about that. I don't know. I am going to say, as a person who is dedicated to OG Charmed, and I did not care necessarily for the reboot, but that's a whole other discussion. OG Charm could never. Hey Jada, they did not have the range, and I'm just being 100% honest about it. They didn't have the range because Mel was eating them time powers up. Mama could rust a ring, bring the ring back. She was cutting up with that time manipulation power. Do you understand me? But my girl was slowing down time. She was speeding herself up. She was eating that power up. And I just don't think that the OG writers had the range. I genuinely don't. I do not think they had the ability to keep up with something like that. Or to write a story of that, caliber. I guess is what I'm trying to say here. See you soon, Carrie. Or is it Kari? I think it's Carrie. And if it's not, I'm so sorry. So yeah, Mel was a really good example of a time witch. I do wonder though how long run it would have gone if she had had her powers the whole show. Simply because, but again, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched season 1 to its entirety. I watched like half of season 2, and I've only seen clips and read synopses of seasons 3 and 4. So I don't fully know. So take anything that I'm saying about her with a grain of salt. That's why I really don't have a full like criticism of it, because I of that storyline, because I can't say. You know what I mean? Oh, not the ring light died, child. Hello, Denari. How are you? How are you? She got them back and forth. Okay. So I just feel like, yeah, the ring light is gone, y'all. The ring light done went on up out of here. And she was really cutting up. To me, I just feel like Piper as a character, especially with the OG show, with the way that they kind of went with that stuff, I don't know how they would have. I can think of ways I would have, but I don't know how they would have handled that, because they would put unnecessary caps on their powers. Like the fact that Piper's powers are the only ones of the sisters that don't work on the other sisters. That's plot convenience. That is straight plot convenience. And what I think they really could have done, and it really wouldn't have been, I don't think, too bad to do, is, and I mean, probably there was some budget issues too, but I think the reason I say plot convenience is we can't, every time Piper freezes a room, that her sisters freeze, and then we gotta wait for them to unfreeze, or she has to learn how to unfreeze, or something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was purely that. Like, if she freezes a room, we can't wait for the other, for her to figure out how to whatever with the other two. But I also think that could have given us a glimpse into how powerful her power was. Because, and how masterful she could be with magic. Because the thing about it is, Piper had a really good handle of her powers. Especially, that's why I love Little Piper. Because Little Piper said, baby, what hands? She said, I'm gonna freeze you just like this, because that's all I need to do. Because I am controlling this power, not these hands. But anyway, yeah, Baby Piper would have kept them frozen, child. Baby Piper would have been like, girl, anyway. But, that could have shown us, like, Piper knowing, okay, I got to get a grip on this. And, like, almost be afraid to use it. Because, okay, what if something happens and I freeze the two of them, and then, a demon is attacking me, but I can't do anything because I'm by myself. Then we can see her. I'm not saying that by episode 4, Piper has to be unfreezing things, but I think you genuinely could watch her start to learn, like, the little things, like how she was like, yeah, we've got about 30 seconds until da-da-da-da. I never know how long this thing lasts. I never know, whatever. And so we could see her time it out. We could see her practicing her power. And then maybe, hey, Javon, maybe then her and Phoebe could be practicing magic together. Like, Phoebe is, once Phoebe learns how to, I don't know, write a spell, like, or once Phoebe is starting to learn how to call premonitions, maybe the two of them could work together. Maybe Piper could, or Phoebe could help Piper and be like, hey, freeze me, and then see how long it lasts. So that way, when we get out there into the field, we'll know, right? Boom. Not problem solved, but there is an avenue to solving the issue. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. There's an avenue to solving that problem. And because I don't know, it just seemed like an unnecessary limit to put on Piper's power, to not, you know, it be the only one that not work on the sister. It's giving convenient. It's giving convenience, but that's okay. That's okay. They were starting out. They had to get their bearings. It's, you know, it's fine. It's all right, child. If you gotta be a little convenient from time to time, then just be convenient. You do what you gotta do. But rounding her back to Tempest, you know, we see. I want to know the Triad member from season 8. I want to know whether he was, so it did not work on all good witches. That is something that they did come up with. Yes. I have a theory that was what they used to explain it after the fact, because I feel like they did it and then they were like, okay, why didn't her sisters freeze? And then, so just instead of saying like her sisters, because they're the charmed ones and their blood, their you know, magic is tied to each other, that's why they didn't freeze. They were just like, yeah, good witches don't freeze. Okay. That's great that good witches don't freeze. And we just made that assumption. Because, you know, that kind of comes back to bite us a little bit, because, you know, season 2, when I was, never mind, I'm not even going to tell y'all what I was going to call that man. But Crito, he tries to freeze them. It doesn't work. And, oh, good witches don't freeze, you know, whatever else, right? Okay, cute moment where the powers function is great for the story. But then later on, when we need the power to work in that way, and they also don't have powers, well, they freeze. They freeze in season 6, they freeze in season 7. Whenever they are witches that don't have active powers, but we still need them to freeze, we're gonna make them freeze. We're gonna make them freeze every time. We're gonna make them freeze when it's convenient for us. But then they went out of their way in season 6 to say that they weren't witches anymore, which makes no sense whatsoever, because they literally were. Season 7, they didn't care. Season 7, they were like, girl, whatever. They were like, yeah, they freeze. We don't know why. Don't even ask us questions. They just do. You know, like, they just, the continuity of that episode, or any episode in Charmed, is up for debate, y'all. Oh my God, that's so good. Sweet Jesus. But anyway, so a demon like Tempest that can move through time like that can reset time at his will, I almost think maybe it would have been better to have Piper be a time witch, and then so she could combat that a little bit. I don't know. I'm had to come back on that. My full, I guess, thing about Tempest is just, he is such a powerful demon. And like I said, he was the catalyst for Andy getting up out of here. Then he was the catalyst for Prue getting up out of here. Like, my boy said, by the time I'm done, ain't none of the cast gonna be here. Like, if he had been there a little bit longer, if he had come back in season 4, baby, Paige wouldn't have been there. With the track record he had, listen. He said, I'm not going to stop till everybody is gone, okay? So, but, I mean, he's a demon. He has such presence. He, like, the actor who played him, I cannot remember which Carradine brother or is it Carradine or Carradine? And I'm going to tell you why I say I can't remember how to say it. Because on General Hospital, there's a family of characters called Cassadine. And I literally cannot remember whether this name is Carradine or Carradine. I cannot remember to save my life. Which way to pronounce it. I can't remember. I can't remember to save my life. And I've heard it a million times. Cannot remember to save my life. But anyway, he had such a presence about him. And he had such a way of moving himself, like even when he picks up the sand and he kind of like, you know, whatever, like that's a him thing. The actor brought that character to life. And so I almost wonder if he could have rivaled the source. Like, you know, could he have used some sort, how far back could he go? Because I feel like with a single being, there's only so far back. Cara Dean. Okay, it's Cara Dean. Because I keep on wanting to say Caradine because I'm Cassidyne's child. But Cara Dean. Okay. But you know, I would assume that because he's a single being, there's only so far he can go. Because, you know, the avatars had to come together. The avatars had to work as one to be able to reverse time, to, you know, create alternate universes. Hey, Abby. To create alternate universes, things like that. And so even when they were weakened, there was a limit to how far back they could go. So I wonder, maybe you could explore, maybe you can explore with a demon like Tempest. Well, what does happen when you give a demon with that kind of power even more power? So we maybe could have explored a storyline where he had been resting. Now, does it have to be season 2? Meh. Does it have to be season 3? I don't know. I don't even think you have to do this storyline. I'm just kind of giving like an alternate like thing. But you know, this demon who has such an OP power, what if he decided like the source is incompetent? The source hasn't been able to take these witches out or exact revenge for me. You know, the source should have been exacting some sort of revenge in the time that I wasn't able to. And when it hasn't been done, he's like, I'm going to do it myself. So then you have him contest the source for the powers. You could, I mean, you don't have to do this because I think this is a little bit much to put into a season. So I'm not saying that they actually should have done this on screen. But I mean, I would have written a book about it or something. You know how they did the charm novels? I would have done a novel about it or something. And have like Tempest challenge him maybe for the source powers or something like that, or maybe he's been collecting other powers or something, because demons do that. Demons can collect other powers. They can collect other sources of power. So what if Tempest had gained so much, and then you can toy around with what happens when you give a being who can play with time like it's nothing. What happens when he has so much power? Like, what is his limit then? Can he go like 100 years back now? Could he do that before? What was his stopping point? And I think that would have been an important exploration into what time powers could do, because then you could have moved into, if they had wanted to make Piper a time witch, which I mean clearly they didn't, but if they had wanted to make Piper a time witch, then you could say like, okay, well, here's the limit on what Piper could do. And you can have her practice in that moment, because, you know, I can see like a discussion where Phoebe and Prue or Paige, whoever's there in the moment, and when this storyline happens, you know, being like, Piper, you're the only one that can fight him. And Piper's like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, because she ain't never done nothing with time before except freeze. And so then they get into like, well, you're the sister of time. And then you can expand that lore a little bit more. And you can say, oh, you know, feelings, time and phases of the moon and all this and that, you know, whatever else. You can get into that, go back to their origins, to their roots. You can go back to what was in the Book of Shadows and remind her like, Piper, you're the sister of time. You're the one. I gotta stretch, y'all. I have got to stretch, because if I don't, my God. But you can get back into that, reminding us that she's the sister of time. And we watch Piper try to reverse time, or try to fast forward time, or something like that, and it's just not working. And then we go into like this exploration of her power, and we go into how it's meant to work, and that, you know, even as a charmed one, she has a limit to it, because good is afraid of what'll happen if one being has that sort of power. Boom, problem solved. Now we've got a way to incorporate that, but we've also got an explanation as to why she can't. Maybe when she was born, or maybe when Melinda Warren first got her time manipulation power, because it's maybe the elders got involved and they were like, no, this child is too powerful, and they stripped her of the other abilities that could come from it, and the only thing she was left with was stopping time. And so now, because Tempest is gaining power, and Tempest has, he's starting to toy with time in a way that's not conducive to good winning. They have to give Piper access to the full power. They have to give her access to it because that's their only hope. And you can have Piper struggle with, I don't think I can handle that. Well, baby, you got to, And then more closely linked with her premonitions. Exactly. You can have, her and Phoebe, maybe they have some sort of special connection with their magic that, maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to try to speculate because I'm making all this up off the top of my head. But you could. You absolutely could. You could even say that the premonitions were an offshoot of the time ability. Because in addition to being able to move through it, she could see through it. Melinda Warren. And so they split. You know what? There's something in here. And there's something in this. Maybe they didn't strip Melinda. Now I'm gonna reach for the stars, okay? Call me Buzz Lightyear because, baby, I'm gonna reach for the stars, okay? So give me a second. Maybe they didn't necessarily strip Melinda of the full extent of the time power, but they just separated it. And so instead of being able to move through time, they separated it into being able to stop time, being able to see through time, and then the telekinesis was some underling ability of moving through time. Like, do you see where I'm going with this? Like the telekinesis is how she could, because it's a psychic based power, is how she would propel herself. I can't quite figure out what I'm trying to say or how I'm trying to tie that in there, but you could say that those powers were once one. Oh, that's how you could explain what the power of 3 is. Oh God. Okay, that's how you could explain what the power of 3 is. So that's how you can avoid Piper being so OP in this scenario. Because I keep thinking, well, if she gets all 3 of them, she's gonna be OP. But that's the whole point of the power of 3, is because when Melinda's powers regenerated into the charmed ones, it was so much that it couldn't come back into one person. And so it had to be split into 3 individuals. And so that's the only way that they're able to move through time like that and use Piper's powers to its full extent, is because it's not just Piper's powers. Melinda Warren's power, what if Melinda Warren was Good Magic's answer to Tempest? So what if Tempest isn't as old as we think, and he was forged or born or created or whatever, and he had this such a strong tie to time and manipulation of it? Good had to have an answer to it, and that was Melinda Warren. But Good didn't want one witch to have that one power, so they split it, and that's the only way that the charmed ones can combat him. But so doesn't that make Melinda OP? It does make Melinda OP, but that's why they give her the powers piece by piece, so she doesn't know that it's one power, if that makes sense. So she doesn't develop them at once. She doesn't just start whatever. Like, she starts maybe seeing things first, and then she can stop time, and then she can, whatever. So it's like, and that was how the elders offset it. Or you can say good magic, destiny, whatever. Whoever offset it by splitting it up like that. And so now that it's in the three sisters, and then that goes back to, not number one, now we have an explanation for the power of three. But then number two, instead of making one character so OP that it doesn't make sense for them to have that much power, because how do you even write two other characters when one can, Wyatt, then now it goes back to the power of three. It's not just oh God, my mind is okay. So now we can go back to use the power of one before a greater evil comes to destroy you. They are, just like we had to learn they were the power of one in season 2. Now in whatever season the Tempest starts to gain power or whatever else, the power of one has to make a return. Y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all don't understand. I don't know what's happening with the brain today. I don't know what's happening with the mind today. I don't know what's happening with the old noggin. It is turned on tonight. It is cranked up tonight. Okay? It is cranked up. The gas is in it and we are here to win it. My God. Okay. I know that probably might not have been like the greatest thing that has ever been invented, but I feel like that was a good story. I feel like that would have been a good story to again show us that where evil and good have to balance each other out. They have to. You can't have someone as powerful as Tempest playing with time and not have a good being able to combat that. However, you can also get into, because good is very limiting and they don't ever want one being to have that much power, they had to find some kind of way to stop her from being able to use the full power. Girl. And then that gives us what the power of 3 is. The power of 3 is not 3 powerful witches uniting. It is the power itself coming together as one. They just have to unlock. They can use it to do things like vanquish demons and whatever else because it's a powerful power. But it unlocks its full potential as an actual ability once it... Girl. Oh my God. Wow. And then you could say that's why Phoebe and Paige and Phoebe and Prue don't freeze, is because their power, they're literally the same power. They're different people completely, but their power is the same. It's a part of a whole. So it's not going to work on itself. It can't freeze itself. It can't, girl, because it's one for all. I mean, it's either... It's all of us, or none of us. It's all of us or none. There's no in between. Oh, girl. Oh my God. Y'all, oh my God. That was it. That was the one. That was the one. I live for that. Somebody please remind me. Please remind me to upload this to YouTube, because I've been slacking on that. Somebody please remind me to upload this one to YouTube, because oh my God. And sometimes it does this thing where it doesn't, like once you get to like halfway through the live when I download it, it doesn't, show. It's just a black screen. So that's why I had kind of stopped, because it was kind of pointless. But at the same time, I'm here for it. So we'll see. We'll absolutely see. Baby, excuse me. This was the one. I don't care if you can see me or not, baby. This was the one. I was living for this. This was a theory, honey. This is what the people tune in for. And by the people, I mean me. This is what we... This is why we tune into the brain, child. Because my God, 20K likes. Ooh, look at y'all hussies. Look at y'all showing out. I see y'all getting the carpal tunnel, child. I see y'all getting the carpal tunnel, child. Listen, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but child, that was a good one. That was, oof, it's been a good little minute since I came up with something like that, child. My God. Oh my God. That was a good one. Child, I mean, can you imagine? I'm telling you, give me a pen and give me a paper, a single paper. And I promise you, the way I could rewrite this show, the way I could rewrite this show would just, my God, Whew. Child, I need a break. I feel like we need a break, child, because that was a good one. I need another light. That's what I need. That was a good one. That was a very good theory moment. And I'm very glad that we had it. Where are my likes? But yeah, I'm very glad that we had that moment, because sweet Jesus in heaven alive. So what y'all think is the question of the day. And also, while I'm getting this light and taking a moment, please consider subscribing to my YouTube so that you can see this and listen to it again. Please just consider subscribing to the YouTube. That's a free way to support a content creator like me. Y'all are already liking the live, which the live is just, I mean, my God, just liking it makes it show up in people's, whatchamacallit. It makes it show up in people's feeds. So thank you for liking the live the way you are. Just thank you for following me on here. That's another great thing. You can subscribe to my YouTube. That's going to help us grow like infinitely. And your boy ain't got no job right now. So your boy is focusing on focusing on content creation. So if you want to help a brother out, Patreon is always there. My Patreon is there. You get early access to videos. You get we're doing a behind the scenes podcast, which is basically just me talking, child. It's basically just me telling you what's going on in life. So there's a little bit there. I got some other stuff planned that I hope and pray the people on Patreon love. And hopefully that makes the Patreon just a little bit more, special. Yes, the fan fiction that I wrote was like right after, I wrote it for where Prue didn't die, but Piper did. So it was called The Wrong Sister Taken for a specific reason. And I need to get back to writing it. I used to read it on here, but I think I stopped. But yeah, you can go read it on there. It was really good too. I want to get back to it. But yeah, so, yeah. So if you want to support me on Patreon, we have a good chunk of our community that already supports me on there, and I'm forever grateful to them. And if you want to join that number, then just maybe, you don't have to. You don't have to. I'm not telling you to. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying, if you want to consider going to the Patreon, please feel free to do so. Like I said, there's a lot of perks, but I'm also going to do a video, I think, explaining what the perks are, because I don't want to just keep saying like, oh, there's perks. Okay, well, what are they? Okay, well, what are they? Because it's definitely given like, okay, you keep saying that. What am I getting? What am I getting, baby? What am I getting, darling? But there's a lot. There's our group me, our weekly watch party, the behind the scenes podcast that we're doing. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Whole bunch of. But anywho, so But yeah, that's our, oh yeah, and the Twitch, and we've started doing Twitch. I didn't have power Monday, so, or no, I didn't have power. When was that? I didn't have power. What's today? Wednesday? No, today's Thursday. What's today? It was one day I didn't have power, and that's why we couldn't do it. That might have been Monday. Is it Wednesday? Y'all, I've been unemployed for 2 months. When I tell you that the days actually go together, I mean that. I'm not being funny. Like, I know that may sound like I'm being funny, but ever since I stopped working, I don't remember what day it is sometimes. Like, there are genuinely days where I have not known what day it is. Yeah, so it had to be Monday. Yeah, we had a storm and it knocked the power out and whatnot. So it was a mess. But yeah, so so we didn't have that, but we do live stream on Twitch for right now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. However, that is probably going to change sometime soon, because it's just kind of a lot for me. So I'm not sure what days though. That's the thing. I'm not sure what days yet. But for right now, it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we are playing the Charmed ones in The Sims. And oh my God. And since we couldn't play them today, I may play them tomorrow. Just so everyone can like keep up with our girls. Because I haven't played them. So they're still just sitting there looking stupid. But anyway. So so yeah, like I said, and replays of it are available to my patrons on Patreon. So this didn't fly. So if you want to, catch up on that, then thank you, manifesting. Oh, come on, fruit friends. Ooh, thank you. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, I'm really, like, I'm so serious when I say that, like, being without a job, I don't know what day it is. Thank God that we have a schedule somewhat, because there's no way I wouldn't know what day it was at all. And I think that's why I don't remember what today is because I got so thrown off because I wasn't doing what we normally do at our assigned times. I didn't mean to deep throat that water, but I'm hot. If I'm open to answer, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot better. We're gonna get off topic for just a little bit, y'all, so stick around for a second. We're gonna get back. We're just gonna segue a little bit more than we've already segued for just another quick minute, okay? But no, I'm feeling okay. Like I said, I was depression earlier this week. But I'm in a better place now. I'm feeling better. If I'm just being candid, if I'm just gonna be candid for just a quick second, just a quick moment. The reason I really want to pursue this, and it just is not financially lucrative at the moment, but there's so many things in that statement though. It may not be financially lucrative to the point where I can like sustain monthly bills or whatever, but genuinely the money that everyone like has provided so far has helped. Like the Patreon, buying the merch. We have merch, by the way. I literally cannot explain the way that has helped me. And I keep thinking like, okay, I'm just gonna tell y'all this. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all this, I guess, so I can kind of like, I don't know, let you peer into my thought process or whatever. I have people that I follow and that I listen to on here that I kind of don't really listen to them anymore because I know that when something is your job, you have to, there has to be that financial aspect to it. I don't like when people make you feel like they're pitching a product to you by even interacting. And I'm not talking about like, you know, doing a video that's specifically for something from the TikTok shop. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the authenticity of what you're doing. And I think that that's part of what has held me back from, that's why I still get very whatever about, you know, talking about the Patreon and talking about the merch. Like, I do it, don't get me wrong, but I think I don't advertise it the way I should, probably, because one of the things that I really enjoy about these lives, and have always enjoyed about these lives and the videos, is like actually connecting to people and having discussions. And I know sometimes I'm not great with comments, but that's been my favorite part of it, because we genuinely have a community now, and we genuinely have each other versus just me talking to a screen. And what I get really self-conscious about and I avoid is I just don't want people to think I'm taking advantage of that. You know, like, I just don't want people to think I'm trying to take advantage of the trust that we have with each other, or the community that we've built, to be like, oh yeah, here's, you know, I need more money. It's not about that. It's I don't know. So I just hate it. But I also know that there are so many people that support me, that are gonna be there no matter what. And as I'm trying to incorporate other things into this channel, so it's not just solely a charm channel, so we have some variety to us. You know, there's been so many people that have like stood by me faithfully, and I really think that I kind of take that for granted, because you know when people are just there and you know that you know they're there, so you don't even so I'm just very appreciative of the community that I have built, and I really, really don't want to ever want anyone to feel like I'm exploiting them or trying to just like everything is a cash grab, because it's not. And at the same time, it's like, if I want to monetize and I want to make this sustainable, I know at a certain point I'm gonna have to add another tier on Patreon. I know that. I'm fully aware of that, and I don't want to do it. I don't. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I do not want to do it. I don't want to add another tier on Patreon, but I know if this is something that's gonna be sustainable, I'm gonna have to at some point. And I just listen to the way that some people talk to their audience and to their followers and to their friends and to, you know, and it makes my skin crawl. And I just anyway, so there's that. God, I didn't mean to start talking about that, and I'm so sorry. I just it so Abigail, you did not have to do that. Thank you, Abigail Lee Miller. Not Abigail Lee Miller. That was horrible. Thank you, Beezy. Thank you, Beezy. Thank you, Javon. Like, thank y'all for these comments. Like, and Tyrante really do be telling me that. Like, Tyrante really does tell me that. I just... It is very, very difficult to... No, but Abby. When I say Abby, I could not think of another thing that went with Abby except Lee Miller or Devereaux. It was one of those two because of Days of Our Lives. So it's like, that was... Anyway, don't hate me. Please don't hate me, Abby. Please don't. Abby, please don't hate me. but thank you, cute devil. Hey, Jim. Hello, Jim Anthony. So yeah, there's just my little thing. I don't know. I've been not having a job, I think, is what kind of kicked that fear into high gear, because I don't know. I'm just being honest with y'all. Like, I just don't want people to think I'm taking advantage of them. And that's specifically because I just listen to stuff, and it makes me itch. It makes my skin, like, it makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel like I'm being bamboozled. And I like feeling like I'm like bamboozled. I don't like that. So anyway, thank y'all for listening to my little breakdown there. It wasn't a breakdown. That was just me expressing something. That wasn't a breakdown. Okay, don't stop being so dramatic. Don't tell me what to do. Shut up. The job is coming. I definitely believe a job is coming. I definitely believe that. I firmly believe that I'm receiving that and operating in that faith. Oh my God. And it's not just about necessarily the money aspect of it. It's just about being able to sustain myself in doing this, if that makes sense. But again, sometimes you got to do the stuff you don't want to do so that you can get to where you can do. So just gonna have to buckle up, buckaroo. It was a community group. It literally was. It was a group therapy session, child. So thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all hussies for listening. I appreciate it. So anywho, I was on the fence because Tempest, because he wasn't there for so long, for that long. I knew there was kind of gonna be like limited discussion to 22.6K. Not y'all done got this up to 22.6K. Not the talking, not the this. Look at you hussies. Look at you hussies. Look at y'all. Look at you. Look at you, and you. You guys got it up to 22.7, almost 23K. Baby, the way y'all be having that carpal tunnel in them thumbs, it ain't no way. Girl, because I'm going to tell you right now. The way this arthritic thumb would have been... Did you hear it crack? Did you hear it crack? Baby, the way this arthritic thumb be done clenched up, and I be up there trying to tap, and then next thing you know, I can't move it no more. So, that's all I'm saying. Kudos for that, mama. For spilling. Thank you. Oh, not 23. Oh, not that fast. Oh, 24. All right. We cutting up with these likes, y'all. All right, we're gonna have to do something special. We need to start. Okay, so is that a moth? How did a moth get up here? All right. I don't play with moths. I don't know why. Ever since I watched Mothman, I can't. I don't. We need more speeches from Grams. Ooh. You know what? We may start. You know what? That's what we're gonna start doing. I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna put it high. I'm gonna say from now on, whenever we hit 30K likes, I'll do a Graham speech. What did you send me a rainbow for? Why did you send me a rainbow? Are you saying that because it's Pride Month? I don't have anything to do with Pride. What you trying to say? Abby, what you trying to say? Are you trying to insinuate something? Are you trying to call me? Because I don't know. I felt something. But no, thank you. I ain't never seen that. Child, listen. 25.8. Oh, y'all decided to be petty. Okay, all right. Okay, now y'all can know. Okay. I feel like okay. So I feel like I may have lied. So okay, if we get it to 30K likes, okay. Did I say 30? I meant 600K. No, we do need to start setting goals. Okay. So if it gets up to 30K likes, then but what kind of speech? Piper Mache. You didn't have to do that, darling. You did not have to do that at all. You can't see me. You didn't have to do that at all. Not one bit. And I appreciate you. You did not have to do that. Thank you, mama, for spilling. Kudos for that, for spilling. No, but for real, thank you. My God, thank you. I be having my do not disturb turned on, so I don't see like notifications and stuff. So, all right, let me find out. Okay, well, okay. So now Piper has upped the ante. Okay. So if we get Venmos, and y'all almost got, God, dog, y'all almost got it at 20. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Okay, so when we get to 30K, likes, what are we gonna do? That's the question. What are we gonna do? Okay, so I don't know. What we gonna do? If we get it to 30K likes, okay, so are we gonna do a Graham speech? What are we gonna do? And then if so, what are we gonna say? Is the question. Okay, y'all being petty. Y'all doing too much now. Okay, all right, slow down. Okay, slow down. Because we ain't even figured out what we're gonna do yet. A Piper speech. Please. Is that 30K? Is that 30K? Okay, all right. Well, now I'm embarrassed now. I don't want to do it. I'm embarrassed. I don't remember how to do it. Y'all actually got this up to 30K likes. Thank you. Wow. Okay. All right, y'all cutting up. Okay. All right. I'm a man of my word. So what are we going? Okay. All right. What speech is the question? Are we doing, or do y'all want me to just make something up? Do you want me to, because I feel like I can make stuff up good. I just need to know a theme. I need to know like this fly is gonna take me out. I'm gonna wait on y'all. Speech to the elders. Oh, okay, wait. Are we talking this Piper or are we talking about Grams? Are we doing, because, and then it's gotta be a group decision. It can't be. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Grams, Piper. Wait, because okay, I don't remember it word for word. So are we talking about like off the top of my head? Not Graham's wedding vows. Not her saying, "Well, I promise I won't take you out on our wedding night." Okay. All right. So here we go. Okay. Pippi talking to the elders. Okay, give me a scenario. What are we talking to the elders about? Are we talking to the elders about the fact that Wyatt shouldn't have existed? Are we talking about the fact that... What are we talking about? What's the subject matter? Oh, child, not when they were about to take Leo. Piper's final entry in the book. Oh my God, I love that final entry in the book. Baby, because when that lady said, I am going to stand in this very spot until you bring Leo back to me. I'm like, girl, please leave me alone. Please be quiet. Hush. Stop it. Okay, no. What? See, I can do it off the cuff, but it's when I have to do it. Okay, now I'm nervous. Okay, all right, okay. I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay, so we're talking to the elders. Did we decide on what? Now, if I stumble, I'm making it up as I go. So y'all gotta be, you know, a little patient with me. Okay. Okay. Piper talking. I'm gonna say Piper talking to the elders about Leo. Okay. Ooh. See, that moth done got on me, child. Ooh. Okay. So Piper talking to the elders. Okay, wait. Okay, let me get a picture. Let me see if I can get a picture of her. Hold on. I think I got a picture of her somewhere. Wait. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, wait. Here we go. Y'all ready? Okay. We finna. Okay, let's pretend. Let's set the mood. Let's set the mood. Okay. So, Piper just summoned the elders because. Why was I finna say because they're gonna take her and Leo off food stamps? Okay. Piper. No, this is when after Prue went on to the lower room, child. So Piper is summoning the elders so she can talk to them about Lily. Yeah, okay. Mia said it. Okay, so we're gonna go with okay. So the elders just took Piper and Lily off magical food stamps because they know fully well that P3 got rats and roaches. And they know that the only thing that's been keeping them afloat is the magical food stamps. And they have now taken them. They have now taken them from Piper and Lily. And now they don't have a way to feed Wyatt. Okay. Y'all ready? Okay. All right. Okay. And okay. Why am I so nervous? Okay. It's something about doing it on command. There's something about it. Okay. The elders come in. So Piper just summoned them. The elders are standing here and they're like, why have you summoned us? You know exactly why I have summoned you. I just gave birth to a second child. We may or may not have wanted him. We were already having trouble feeding the first one. And now we have a second mouth to feed. I essentially have a third mouth to feed because Leo is like a child. And so you have left me with these men that I have to feed by myself. I don't make enough money at the club, and you know that. And you've taken advantage of all the good that my sisters and I have done. And the one thing that I have ever gotten from you was the ability to buy a rotisserie chicken. And I could dice it and I could slice it. Phoebe buys her own food because she has a job. Paige does whatever Paige does. We don't know. We have not asked. It is not our business. And the only thing that has gotten me by with these children are those magical food stamps. And you have taken that away from me after everything that we have done for you. Leo gave up his family. He gave up time of his life because now we're just completely rewriting history and we're pretending like him being on Valhalla was like a choice, but it really, or like whatever. So anyway, and so Leo has given up time of his life so that he could serve you and the greater good. And you are telling me that we can't even go to Walmart and buy some great value cherry yogurt? That is what you're going to stand there and tell me? Piper, don't you dare. Don't you dare try to stop me. You know what you are doing and you know that this is wrong. You can't possibly expect that I am going to go on fighting demons and getting thrown through walls again. And all this rigmarole, I almost could not have Wyatt on that table. The same table that I can barely afford to bring food to. And now you're going to tell me that what? We're just going to have to eat the placenta off of it? We've already done that. That's the only thing. That is the only thing that has kept this family afloat, are the little parcels and pieces of placenta that we had left. Wyatt has kept this family together. He has done something that no other white lighter, including his father, has ever done, and he has provided for this family. And thank you so much, Abby. I'm going to take that money, I promise you, and I'm going to go to Dollar Tree and I'm going to buy us some Vienna sausages. And I am going to split those cans between us because the elders don't do anything for us. And now you're going to stand here and you're going to look me in my face. My sister, right now, we put her in the microwave because of everything that she did for you. We had to burn her up and put her in a Pringles can because she gave her life fighting evil for you. And you're telling me that you can't even give us a book of food stamps? Piper, you don't know the reason that we had to stop the food stamps. Why? Tell me why. Why did you have to stop them? Piper, if we gave you those food stamps regularly, you wouldn't have the anger to keep going. What the hell are you talking about? Those hunger pains that you feel, it's what fuels your power. All the times that you blow those demons up and they explode just a little bit more than they did before. And sometimes the flames feel a little bit hotter than they were before. Piper, that's what you need to fight evil. Hunger. Full bellies don't fight demons. Empty ones do. Oh, God. Are you saying that you've been doing this to us on purpose? Piper, you don't understand the greater good. Screw the greater good. I don't care about the greater good. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that my children are crying at night because they haven't eaten in 2 days because the only thing we had was a pack of noodles that we had to split between us. That is what matters to me. Leo cannot even get a job because he doesn't have a social security number. Well, Piper, to be fair, we never told you to marry him. You never told me to marry him. I gave up everything for Leo. I could have married Dan and been a housewife and had someone with a stable career and had someone who exists in this time. I could have had that, but I chose love, and you're gonna punish me and my kids for that? Piper, no one is punishing you. You just told me that you want my kids to starve and eat placenta off of a table. Piper, you have to understand. The demonic world is starting to gain traction. Our only hope is you and your sisters, and You're getting the job done better than them right now. They're focused on their lives. They're focused on careers, on husbands. And the only thing you have is Leo and those children. I have my club. You have your family, Piper. And we know that if we could just get to you through them, evil will no longer be afoot. Oh, so fucking stupid. Let me tell you something. As of today, right now, this very moment in time, I don't work for you anymore. What? I don't work for you anymore. You can take these powers and you can shove them. There is not 1 ounce of magic that has ever been worth what you all put us through. Having to put our sister in that vacuum seal bag and then put her in a Pringles can. Paige's parents being turned into Hot Pockets on the road. None of that was worth it. And from this moment forward, you don't call the shots. And if I want to use magic to make that table full with food so that my children can eat, then that's what I'm going to do. My children are going to eat. Piper, you can't start using magic for personal gain. You know what'll happen. You've seen that future. I also saw a future where my sister was alive. And where I had a beautiful little girl. And now instead, Prue is in a Ziploc bag. And I have these 2 little boys that I did not want, that I did not expect, that I did not expect. And you are telling me that you've been jeopardizing us after everything we've done. I've had it. I won't be a wench after today. No, actually, I am going to keep these powers. On this day, fill this table with all the food that you are able. Swing, swing, schwa, schwa. Magic noises, magic noises, magic noises, magic noises. Woo! And now we've got roast chickens and mashed potatoes and green beans and desserts and drinks and rolls and bread. The table is filled with food as far as the eye can see. Piper, have you gone mad? I have. No, actually, I haven't gone mad. I have gone pissed off. I am pissed off. How could you put us through so much for it to end this way? Let's see. That was fun. That was actually more fun than I thought it was going. Oh, okay. I gotta be. See, next time I'm gonna be more involved. Next time I'm gonna have something. I'm gonna try to. No, I'm not gonna prepare it. But next time we're gonna take a little bit longer. We're gonna come up with a scene. But I feel like that was good. I feel like that was still good. I feel like that one was good. Piper, listen. Piper said I'm gonna use this magic for whatever I want to use it for. I mean, that's all I'm saying. We had a little storyline. We had a cute little something going. We had a cute little something going on. Now, why would y'all sit there, though? And let me say, they put the woman in a Ziploc bag. I can't. There's something wrong. This is not. All cylinders are not firing. I'm tickled. Oh, I'm tickled. That was fun. That was actually fun. That was fun. And then the picture made it even better because the picture set the scene. Oh God. Paige's parents turned hot pockets. I'm telling y'all, I don't have sense. I need wear something to fan with, child. Y'all know when I get to laughing. I need something to fan with, but I ain't got nothing. Well, I'm not gonna show y'all what I'm fanning with, cause y'all gonna be like, why was that there? And I'm not gonna tell you why. It just was. I was planning on doing something, but that was fun. That was fun. That was fun. We're gonna do that. You know what? That's gonna be our thing. Every time we hit 30K, every time we hit 30K, we'll do a little scenario. We'll do something cute like that. I think that's fair. I think it's fair that when we hit a big number like that, we do something. And then 30 is like per, 3, that's our girls. So it's like, what if we hit 60K? Jerry, you got me there. I don't know. We will. I genuinely, firmly believe that we will and we can. Now what's gonna happen when we do, I don't know. And we'll per. And then yeah, like you said, genuine child. This is us talking, child. Listen, okay. If we hit 60K, I don't know. Let's see. And 60K. Oh, 60K, and then me and a guest can do a scene. Ooh, okay. I like that. A full cosplay. Ooh, now the problem with that is, your boy is chunky, and so, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna just leave it at that. Your boy is chunky. That was fun. 60K, okay. I feel like I'm gonna be laughing. Scene rewrite. I could either see a scene rewrite or a guest come up and we do a scene. But then we have to have a script. And then we'd have to be prepared. Oh. Okay. How about this? So going forward, what if we hit 60K? When we hit 60K, let's be positive. When we hit 60K, we can pick a scene at the top of the live, like when it first starts. We can be like, okay, what scene we gonna do, and then that way we can look it up, have the words already, whatever. Boom. I think that could work. I think we could do that. Charmed improv could be hilarious. And I know some of you hussies got some good improv skills. I know you do. Like, I know some of you hussies got some good improv skills. So it's like, so that's all I'm saying. Am I saying we're going to pick on somebody? No. But what I am saying is that I know some of y'all got some good improv skills, and you need to put them to use. And then I'm trying to get better at improv, and I'm trying not to be so nervous, because I get nervous when I got to do something on the spot. So, hey, Lightbringer. Hey, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute. But yeah, the opening scene from 3:22 when they walk in with Griffiths will be, oh my God. Yes. That's the one. That's the one. I think we lost him. Do you think we lost him? I think we lost him. Baby, that would be the one. And don't get distracted by the cold potion thingy. Okay, what cold potion? He said he only killed because a demon cast a spell on him. How naive is that? That lady was cutting up. She did not care. She did not want to be there. Oh, not 40K. Oh, let me get off of here. Because y'all not finna embarrass me. That's what I'm going to say. Y'all not finna embarrass me. I know that. Because I know you hustlers going to be up here cutting up. And, let me charge my phone, child. Hold on. Because I'm up here. Child, we might not be doing nothing. We might not be doing nothing. But that would be so fun. And like, that could be our, yeah. So when we hit 30K in lives, somebody write that down. Because, am I saying that I'm going to forget? No. I do think that JD and Crystal will forget. So we just want to make sure that JD and Crystal remember, because certainly not I. That 30K will be, I'll do a cute little improv, and then 60K we can do a scene together. The only ones we're concerned about saving right now is ourselves. Well, yeah. Listen. Right now is ourselves. I don't even remember who said that. I don't know if you said that. I just said that in the Piper voice in that moment. Was that JD said he rebukes these lies? Well, JD, I mean, listen, it's just that we know I have an impeccable memory. And not me lying. Listen, there's something about Piper and Paige's voice. I can never get Rose McGowan's voice to sound remotely like her. But there's this thing that she does. I'm just going to talk about the characters of Piper and Paige. They almost sound alike. Like, you know, Piper, to me, in my mind, talks like this. And there's a lot of showing of the bottom teeth. And Phoebe, what do you mean? Phoebe! You know, things like that, right? But then Paige kind of has the same thing, but then she does her mouth like this. But I can never get the inflection right. And there's this weird kind of like I almost feel like I'm doing like some shtick from the 40s when I try to do Paige's voice. Like, like, I don't know. I can't figure it out. I can never figure out the distinction of how to make them sound different, because I always end up going into the Piper voice. I can't figure out how to do it. But I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Phoebe, when she smiles and I'll be like, girl, bring it down. Baby, when I tell you that lip goes up and we see every tooth, we see the root, we see everything, child. Not a horse, Jaden's. Because Rose really utilizes this halfway point between Valley Girl. Yes! I think that's why I can never, because I don't know how to do the transatlantic. So it's like, for me, I can't ever figure out how to like narrow it down. It just, I think about Mae West, and I always feel like I do like a really horrible Mae West. So it's like, oh, I'm not worried about I feel like I'm doing I feel like I'm doing more of a caricature of Alaska doing Mae West than Mae West herself. Okay, so now that we got our discussion about like about Barbas and Tempest out of the way, I guess now, y'all, I haven't used my picture in so long. It said it had to load from the cloud. Oh my god. Hello, Landon. It's hard, and her usage is really unique and distinct. Yes, it really, like, I can't get it down. I can't get it down. Y'all, I haven't used the picture in so long that it said I had to download it from the cloud. That is crazy. Because, you know, any other time, child, I just bring the picture up and we just go from there. But I had to download it from the cloud. But yeah, so what I want to do going forward is like have, I was going to say guided meditation, is have like guided, or have specific topics about, like, you know, each live. So this one is about demons. Our next one is going to be about Grams and Patty. We may also throw the cousins in there real quick. But for sure, our one Saturday is going to be about Grams and Patty. So the one Thursday is going to be about anime. So if you don't want to be there Thursday, I completely, or tomorrow, I keep saying Thursday, tomorrow, then I completely understand, because you may not like anime, but the one Saturday will be about Grams and Patty, and I just need to, you know, but I have an idea of stuff that I want to do, or something that I want to implement to kind of make the lives a little bit more interactive for us, but I need to iron out the details of it first, and then I'll let you hussies know. Actually, let me write it down and remind myself to something, because I will forget, and I'm glad I thought about that. You know what? I'll remember. Nope, because I don't even remember what it is now. Okay, so wait. Give me a second. Okay. All right. So yeah, once I kind of get that down, but yeah, I'm so excited for us to get into this new era of lives. The thing that I want to implement, though, I'm just scared it's gonna make it repetitive. That's the only thing, but we can get around that. We'll be good. One thing I feel like I get asked a lot is, or I get asked a couple of questions a lot, like, when did I first start watching Charmed, or who's my favorite character, things like that. And I've done Q&As back and forth, but it's been kind of sporadic. It's never been like, I don't think truly ever something that I've organized. So I want to do something like that. I want to organize like a Q&A, because I wanted to do a video on YouTube where I was answering questions, but oh my God, not a booger. Y'all just let me sit there with a booger and y'all weren't gonna say nothing. That's crazy. After all the times that we've shared and the times that we've, oh my God, and y'all were just gonna let me, wow. I blame Leia. I really do. But yeah, so I don't know. But I feel like it would be better to do it on here, but I just don't want people to go insane and ask me questions that I'm not going to answer, because I do not want them to, like, whatever. So I may just make a video and be like, hey, because I did that before, where I made a video telling people to ask me questions. My patrons / subscribers were supposed to, but I didn't really get a whole lot of questions on it, so I just didn't do it. But anyway, we'll revisit that topic. I know that ain't what y'all here to talk about. That's me talking out loud, child. But no, what am I trying to say here? But yeah, so now that we got our discussion about them out the way, not out the way, but now that we've talked about our main topic, now we can kind of, you know, I guess open it up a little bit and talk about. What time is it? Oh, okay, well, it's 10 o'clock, so we're gonna have to. I'm really trying to like limit the time because I could sit here all night, but I just feel like that's not gonna be conducive to like my mental health or to me really having time to like breathe after a live. So yeah, we can go till 10:30. We can go till 10:30. So what y'all want to talk about? Don't ask me who could beat who. That's the one thing I will say. Please don't ask me who could beat, which sister could beat the other ones. Don't ask me which one is the best sister. Those are questions that shan't receive an answer. But you got something else on your mind. Now is the time. Don't ask about the behind the scenes either. Thank you. Thank you. Do I have a favorite love interest? Oh, not AK said I'm gone, child. AK said, baby, don't play with me like that. But no. No. I'm joking. You have a good night, and thank you again. Thank you so much for joining the coven. Thank you for being a part of like us, the hive brain. Oh, what time you gotta go to work? Well, thank you for listening to me, and you gotta be at work in the morning. That is really, really nice. That is really, really nice. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being here. So the first question, who's my favorite love interest? Jason. I think Jason is probably, thank you. I think Jason is probably my favorite love interest just because I feel like, did we already have a movie picked out? Child, we were supposed to watch Twitches, but then I think it was supposed to be saved for like Halloween, so I'm not 100% sure. I'm about to clock out. You gotta work at 5:30, girl. You better go to sleep. Oh, I thought that was Brittany because I thought I saw the rabbit. That's Troy Nell. Sorry, Troy Nell. I swear to God, I thought that was Brittany. I am so sorry. Good night, Troy Nell. I thought I saw a rabbit. That's my fault. I don't know why I thought that. That's crazy. But yeah, Jason is my favorite love interest. One thing was Magic School being called Magic School. Baby, they said, listen, we can't come up with nothing better. And they could have called it anything. They literally could have called it anything. But they said it's just Magic School. I'm sure it has a name. They just call it Magic School, I guess, for ease. They said, child, whatever. Do you think the show would have lasted with the power of two like Ryan does with his YouTube show? I've never thought about that before. I think that would be interesting to see. I definitely think that I don't know how to answer that question. With the power of two, I don't. From a show perspective, I just don't know how they could have. I mean, I'm sure it could have been done, right? But there would definitely have to be some aspect of power absorption or something, because I just don't think two of them being able to take out, and the youngest two at that, I just don't know if it would have magically had the same oomph. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. That's a good one. That is a really good one. Oh, come on, 46K per. Favorite looks. Oh, okay. Hey. Okay. That's a good one. So for Paige, I think it's the top half of in season 5 in Sam I Am. When she's in her red hair era, she's wearing this. It's like a black top that's got like white trim to it, and I hate the pants that she has on with it, but that's one of my favorite like Paige. I think like outfit elements, because like from here down, I mean here to like her, you know, her blouse, shirt, whatever, 8. Absolutely 8. I do not care for the pants with it, but I also like her. But no, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. That is, I think, my favorite. When I think of everything Paige has ever worn, and I may go back and I may think of something else, but I think that's my favorite, like, Paige outfit. Or elements of an outfit, anyway. I have a very strange... Piper dressed pretty similarly throughout the show. I'm kind of skipping around because I wasn't expecting to think about those kind of things like off the top of my head. Piper, I've always been obsessed. There was this one look that she wore when she was pregnant, and it was in the in Spin City, and I just always remember how cute she looked. Like she had on like this, like, I think it was green top, and I think she had on like a jean skirt. But I remember thinking like she looked so cute, and I remember thinking this looked adorable on her, and I remember thinking like that's her, and I think it's because she was glowing because she was pregnant, and she just looked so good, and I just remember always being entranced by that. But I'm gonna have to go with that one, I think. Because it's so basic, but that's Piper. Piper's basic. Like, you know, sartorially. Anyway. You see what I did there? Phoebe is... Because Phoebe wore a lot of stuff I liked. Phoebe's... One of my favorite outfits. I don't like the green in it. But do y'all remember that episode of season 8 when her hair is like really fluffy and she's got on like this pink... She's got on a white like shirt underneath it, but she's got on like this pink... I don't know what to call it because I'm not like a fashion person, but it's like wool, and it's like a little jacket, but it's like a little, like, it goes right here, and it's not actually meant to be worn as a jacket, but it's more of just an accessory. I didn't like the sleeves to it, but I like that piece of it. I love that. I love her. You know what outfit I really love? Now, mind you, I want y'all to know I'm a very basic person. I'm a very basic individual. I love when they go back to the past in that 70s episode, and Phoebe is wearing like that pink top, and then it's got like some, I think it has sleeves to it, and then she's got on like some brown, I used to think they were bell bottoms, but I don't think they were, like some brown pants, and she looked, I just remember always thinking like, and that was when her hair was growing out, and I always remember thinking she looked so cute. Like she looked so good. She looked so good there. So I think that would be my favorite, probably Phoebe outfit. Although she wore a lot of good ones. Her and Paige both. It's really hard to sift through what they, like, their stuff, because they always looked good. Prue, I would have to say one of my favorite, like, Prue looks, it was it was, again, very simple, but it was when they were going up against Shadow, and Prue had on some jeans. Now her shirt, I think it was polka dot. It was like white, but it had like red polka dots on it, or red something. It had red something, but it had like a little flounce to it almost. And I just remember the way her hair was flowing with it, and it always looked so good. Like her hair looked so good. So that's my favorite Prue outfit. Again, you may ask me this again tomorrow, and I might give you completely different answers, but today, those are my favorite outfits. Oh, not 32 new messages. Okay, wow. Okay, wow. Okay, wow. What made me stop watching the reboot? I just didn't care for it. It's not that, like, I'm gonna go back and do a rewatch of it, or a rewatch / watch through, so that I can like really have an opinion of the show versus just the parts of it that I watched. I do plan on doing that. I don't know when. So that's coming this year, next year, sometime. I don't know. It's coming sometime. It's coming sometime. But it's not that I didn't. It's not that I hated it. It just got a little confuddled for me. That's all. It just got a little confuddled. Oh, not the thing. Okay, wait. Because, child, not the thing. It then went to the bottom. So if I missed your comment, child, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure. This fly. Okay. Prue's kimono in a pocket. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Phoebe in the Deadly Sin episode. Oh. Okay, Nicola. Wow. That's wow. I love that for you. I love that for you. Let me stop. Oh my God. Anthony is so right. I don't know how I forgot about Phoebe when she was in the alternate in Centennial Charm. I don't know how I forgot about that. Oh God, that red dress, that red wrap dress was, oh my God, it was everything. It was absolutely everything. It was absolutely everything. I wasn't too, like, Paige's vampire look, like, she looked very good, don't get me wrong, and it absolutely is like one of my favorites, but being my favorite is it's a Norgar for me as my favorite. Okay. Ooh, child. Maybe I should do a watch party for the reboot. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. I can see doing a watch party for the reboot. That might be what we do. I'm not gonna say yeah, like, for sure, but I feel like that would make me watch it. I feel like then I'd be like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna watch it, because everybody gonna be asking me where it is. So yeah, that might be what I do to hold myself accountable. Ooh, purr. Come on, from Louisiana. J Rose, a girl from Louisiana. Ooh, well, I'm a boy from Louisiana. Purr. Look at us being from Louisiana, child. A Louisianian in the house. Hello. Hello. We probably, child, I'm telling you, we probably cousins. Like, I promise you, I know folks be like, oh, we probably cousins because we're from the same state. From Louisiana, especially depending on the part of Louisiana you're from, there is a high likelihood that we could be related. That's crazy. That's insane. And their goddess outfits were cute. Oh, well. Their goddess outfits were cute. See, I'm from North Louisiana. I'm from up. I'm on the Arkansas border, so so, child, you never know. You just never know. A whole live of best looks from each season. Ooh, that would be fun. Let me write that down. Let's write that down. Piper said, listen. Piper Michelle. Oh my God. I still love that every single time. Because I remember reading it like, oh, what? I remember reading it like, what? I see whoever that was that said the Enchantress episode. I love my girl to pieces. I love my girl down. I love Paigiana. Y'all know Paigiana LaTanya Matthews is my favorite character. There is no way. For me, for Galen, I'm going to say for Galen, there is something about that pink top with that red red and black skirt. And I think she had on black leggings. I think, but I can't remember. I just remember. I remember the skirt and the top. And I'm not a color person, right? So I know certain colors are in the same family, and I know they go together, technically. But there's something that was so unappealing about seeing it together that I was like, mm-mm. And then the pigtails, and I was like, the actual enchantress, yes, like the enchantress looked good. No more kingdom come, not for you, not for you. They look so good in every, yes, season 8 they ate. Season 8. Oh my god, Phoebe's hair. She had one of my favorite hairstyles in season 8. It's the one where they turned in the Zodiac episode when she was throwing the house party and whatever else, and then they got turned evil and went to go attack, and her hair was like to the side, or it was parted, or no, it wasn't parted, but it was like to the side. I don't think it was parted. I think it was just swooped or something like that. Oh my god. When I tell you that was one of my favorite Phoebe hair moments. She looked like $1,000,000. I mean, like, truly, she looked like $1,000,000. I remember watching that episode as like a young, you know, man. And like, I remember being in love with their hairdo because she wore it so well. It looks so good on her. And it just, oh, Lord, I'm telling you, it was everything. It was everything I needed. And then some. The pixie cut was definitely my favorite. One of my favorites for her because she looked good with long hair or short hair. The only time I didn't really care for her hair was, and not just, but like, okay, so like when the show first started and Phoebe had, you know, kind of like short hair, and sometimes it would be curls and sometimes it wouldn't. I let that go because it was the 90s and I get it. And she was experimenting with her hair. So like I have a place in my head for that. But number one, the bangs. But here's the thing about the bangs. The bangs actually didn't stop the rest of her hair from looking good. Like the rest of her hair would be styled well. So it was like the rest of her hair would look good. It would just be the bangs. That was the only thing that stopped that. But when I didn't necessarily care for her hair, for Phoebe's hair, was when it was starting to grow out towards like the middle to end of season 6 after she had cut it short because they didn't know what to do with it. And so she would be looking like a little mop-headed boy from, I don't know, a pickpocket or something. Like it was very strange. And it just, the baby bangs was sabotaged by the stylist. Yeah, something. Abby. Oh, Abby. I thought you loved me. I feel like that's a personal slight towards me. I feel like liking those bangs are a personal slight towards me. I feel like you hate me secretly. Hello, godmother. And I feel like the fact that you said that lets me know that we don't quite, you know, someone who's got those bangs in real life. Isabel, you need to call somebody. You need to help them. Like you need to, like, I don't know who you need to call. Ghostbusters? Blockbuster? You need to call somebody because that person needs help. It is the year of our Lord 2024. The only reason I'm sure Phoebe got away with it on a pop culture level, we beefing. Oh, okay, never mind. They deserve it. Never mind. They deserve it. If you beefing, never mind. Abby! Abby. Abby, you had those bangs? I feel like I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'm distraught. BZ said those bangs were her karma for marrying the source. Well, she got them before she married him, so I guess the karma was just Beyonce did have those bangs, and I just choose to believe it was a wig that she threw on. I choose to believe it was a wig she threw on. Once I was, yeah, like I feel like you didn't go out the house. I feel like you didn't go out the house not once, Daisy. When you had Daisy Lou, listen, I know when you had them bangs, you probably said, I'm not going nowhere. I feel like when bangs were first popular, there was a lot of struggle bangs, baby, because they didn't know what they wanted it to be. They didn't know what they wanted it to be. See, Jaden's, mine still says 48, so. You know what? I should be petty and be like, we can do stuff when, if you get it to 30K likes in 5 minutes. If you get it to 30K likes in 5 minutes, then we can go ahead. If by the time I finish the sentence, not JD said it's your slow internet. Wow, I'm a victim. I'm the victim here. I want to make sure that we all know that. I want us to all know that I am the victim. I was targeted. See what they be. I gaslight Beezy. I thought you were my husband, and then Jim flabbergasted. I would like to say that whatever you've heard me say the past couple of sentences was somebody else. Someone did take over, and that was not me. So I am glad to be back, because I walked away and the conversation was still going, and it's crazy to me that wow is all I can say. Just wow. Oh, it does say 50K. Okay, it says 50K. Now I'm just saying officially it says but no. Oh, 50. I don't know. It's getting a little too close. Okay. All right. What time is it? Because okay, it's 10:26. So you know, I told y'all earlier we were 10:30. I told y'all earlier that 10:30 was gonna be our cutoff. I told y'all that. So you can't say I'm acting funny. You can't say that, because I did say earlier. So Jim, we're putting a new system in place. When we hit 30K likes in a live, I will do an improv scene, and then or of like any character, whatever. But then when we hit 60K, someone can come up and we will, I think, read out a scene, right? Yeah, like we'll read out a little scene. But I did tell y'all earlier that we were gonna get off at 10:30. I really did. But if y'all get it to 60K, I'll stay. I probably shouldn't have said that. Okay. I'm gonna stand by it. I'm gonna stand by my word. That's what I said, so that's what we're gonna do. Your title says 1101. What do you mean? What do you mean the title says 1101? Because that ain't what it's supposed to say. But no, we're going to put that in place next time, because, yeah, your boy does need to get on off of here. So, 8:30 to 11. Oh, yeah, because I lied. I just be putting a time frame on there, child. So, it's like, because I just put the time frame on there. I may do it for like 3 hours, because I'm trying not to stay. If I do it for like 3 hours, though, I'm going to have to start earlier. So shut up, Jim. We may start at like 7 from now on. Maybe 7. I don't want to go as early as 6:30 because I feel like everybody gonna still be at work or something, but 7 for sure. We'll probably start at 7. Like starting next week. So we'll starting at 7 next week. Yeah, I think we can do that, huh? How does that work for everybody? Because I know y'all be, working, whatever else. So I don't want nobody to feel like they gotta, try to get their schedule, whatever. Not like I'm so important that you're gonna plan your life around me, but you know what I'm saying. Like I want everybody to be able to make it if they can. So I'm gonna see what y'all saying. 7 Central Time, yes. Oh yeah, BZ, you do be at work. I forgot. I mean, it's 30 minutes. It's not like I'm starting like 3 hours earlier. It's not like we're gonna start at 3. 4, Galen. 4, baby. 4. 7 minus 3 is 4, darling. God. Girl, I'm telling y'all. Works for me. Oh, not Jay didn't say it works for me, so it works for everyone. I'm screaming out loud and internally. I'm screaming both out loud and internally at the same time. You just can't hear nor see me. Well, unfortunately, hussies, and I see y'all got it up to 54K, so absolute 100% per. Thank y'all for showing up and showing out and just being your lovely, beautiful selves and just hanging out with me, listening to me talk about. Yeah, let's get up to 55, I guess, before we go. Because that's what Jim Anthony said. Jim said get it up to 55. Jaden said, listen, it works for him, so it works for everybody. Jim Anthony told me to whatchamacallit, so that's what we're going to do. But yeah, thank y'all so much for listening. And thank y'all for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight. I really enjoyed it. I'm not even going to front. Like, I was like, okay, once we get the discussion out the way, where we're gonna go from there. And that was my foot, by the way, don't play. But I was like, this turned out so great. Miller said, yeah, baby, it's ending. It's ending, darling. It's ending, my love. I'm sorry. 55. Okay, y'all get ready. Y'all get ready to take our selfie. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Smile. Y'all better smile. And I mean smile like you mean it. Or I'm cutting up your wigs. Do you understand me? Okay. 1, 2, and everybody, 3. Oh, you better act like you like each other. You better act like you like it. Okay, one more. There we go. Okay, y'all did good. Look at y'all hussies. Not the snot nose, JD. Y'all did good. Y'all took a good picture. I need to start posting these on Instagram. Because you know the Power of G has an Instagram. I don't know if I've never told. I think I might have told y'all that once. The Power of G has an Instagram. So you may want to catch us on there. Whatever. Because I feel like I don't post from there as regularly as I should. But anyway, anyway. Thank you, hussies, so much. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is the anime live. So, if you don't want to talk about anime, that's fine. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Tomorrow is about anime, so I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.